WIIFTV PM. WIIFTV PM. WIIFTV PM.
AM 1570 WBGX Harvey, Chicago. AM 1570 WBGX Harvey, Chicago.
WIIFTV PM. WIIFTV PM. WIIFTV PM.
AM 1570 WBGX Harvey, Chicago.
WIIFTVPN.
AM 1570 WBGX Harvey, Chicago. And you can tell them, May said, we want to know what's in it for the black people.
WIIFTVPN. WIIFTVPN.
AM 1570 WBGX Harvey, Chicago.
WIIFTVPN.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Funeral expenses are costly. The Casket Store wants to help you save hundreds of dollars. You do not have to purchase a casket from the funeral home. Call now for a free in-home consultation. Call 773-445-6900. 773-445-6900.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's in it? What's Representing for the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to last, can't doze no more. I told y'all this, that dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies of the politicians. We need money, no symbolism. It's Maze and Sonia and Ruthie and Todd explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we're united, our movement gon' start. They ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressor to solve us.
What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention. You gotta do more than listen. Need some action with it. On a count of 3, let's go.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Miss Ruthie Moore. I think we got to put Todd in the third string spot. Oh,
He gonna come in on dirt with me.
What's going on? I think you got him reversed or something. Go back to your mic.
Yep. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody.
Nope, I don't hear you. I hear you in the room, but I don't hear you on the mic. So, all right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. That's Ruthie Moore. She's in the studio always ahead of time. You know what? What clock Todd be on?
That old county clock.
You know what? Man, I'm gonna tell you, it is. It's so. Look, I'm gonna run through. First of all, it's Amazon Prime Day. Ruthie, you there? Let me hear you.
Testing. Oh,
There
I
you
think
go.
I'm there.
All right, bring up just a little bit. You might want to bring her volume up just a little. But Ruthie, it's Amazon Prime Day. You shopping?
You know, I thought about it. I looked at the deals to see, like, is there anything that I need right now?
You know what? I looked at my bank account and was like,
You don't
maybe
need no
not Prime
TVs?
Day. You know what?
It's a good electronics day if you need some electronics.
Really? We need what we need. Let me tell you what we need.
I don't want to hear it.
First of all, you don't even get to turn this mic off.
Good morning, Mr. Stroger.
Welcome. Okay, you can turn it back up. Welcome to the morning show. You went to the golf outing before you got here?
No, but I don't want to go home and change. That means I leave here early.
Did you know you was going yesterday?
Yeah.
So why you didn't put your clothes out last night, man?
You were sleeping.
Oh.
All right, man. That's Todd Stroger. He's in the building now. So it looks like we are all here. Sonia Escobar always doing the thing, doing the dang own thing. Sonia, how you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good, guys.
All right.
I finally feel like it's fall.
Fall. Oh yeah, it is
the next
fall.
3 hours.
It's fall because the leaves done fell.
Y'all got y'all heat on yet?
Well, first of all, I had my eat. Wait a minute.
It was cold a couple of weeks ago.
Hold on. Yeah. I feel like y'all act like the heat, like we gotta go get coal or something. My heat comes on anytime I feel a breeze or a chill. My heat is on. So I'm just gonna tell you, I had my heat on. Shoot.
Yeah, I know a guy who said he wanted to walk around in shorts. He didn't care what season it was.
That's me.
Yeah.
I feel like I like it tropical. Like I'll be like, man, if I can't live in Jamaica, it's gonna be as warm as Jamaica in my house. There is no point to me. There is no. Let me tell you, in my life, I feel like there is no reason, absolutely none in my life, for me to have to. There are none that I feel like I need to be cold.
Yeah.
There's no reason for living if you have to be cold.
My AC.
Wait, no. Let me take that back. I take that back.
Mace.
No. I meant that. I said that wrong.
I almost agree with that.
I feel like there is no reason for me to go to work as much as I do and have to come home and be cold. Right?
Yeah.
Like there's absolutely no reason for it. Mm-hmm. And so I'm turning the heat on when it's hot, when it's cold, when it's chilly.
That's the upper echelon lifestyle.
No, it's not. It is you pay you have things that are important.
You better turn that oven on, Maze.
Oh, that's
worse. That costs more.
5 minutes with the oven is about 5 hours of heat.
It's also a nuclear reactor.
Hey, but you'll be warm, no Todd.
Yeah, because you're gonna explode.
You gonna light your fireplace, huh?
No, we don't have a fire. We have a fireplace, but it's bricked up.
See, I knew you had a fireplace.
You know what?
It's an old house.
A lot of black homes have fireplaces. They just are not functioning fireplaces.
Yeah.
And so I could imagine that. But I just think like this. I just don't want to be cold. My old man used to be like, we would have to, you couldn't touch the heat past 68. I don't care if it was 69,000 below zero. 68 was as far as it went. And the day, I some days I almost have shudders.
68 is cold to me.
68 is freezing.
That's hot.
That's hot if you just came out of.
Hot.
No.
Your daddy a landlord.
Right, if it's 20 below, 68 is like, oh, it's pretty warm today.
Right. I am not. I'm not going for it. So I just feel
Elvin's
like this.
comment on Facebook, guys.
What did
no
he
reason
say?
to be cold, but there are times you got to chill.
I'm gonna tell you what. We're going to have some. We're gonna have. You all right, man? We're gonna have to get some writers. We're gonna have to get some of these.
You can't write this stuff.
Some of this stuff. I mean, you think about some of the things that people have come up in the Facebook comments with that have been written and that have I mean, just think about Queen Sugar. And I'm not.
There's screenwriters in here.
Exactly. We're gonna hire some of you all. I'm still waiting on Dennis Evans to come down and start doing some voiceover. He said he was gonna do weather and traffic, and then we got all these people out here that should be part of what's in it for the black people media. Did I tell you we're gonna be doing 6 to 6 programming, like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. programming. So we are gonna be auditioning shows.
So you mean 24 hours?
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Like 24 hours a day.
Math.
Right. It's like Sonia's like, hold on, I can only work 18 hours a day. you running this thing crazy, man. No, so it's a lot going on. Look, when we come back, we'll talk about all the headlines and everything else, and we'll get the soul plane up. Actually, we got everybody on the plane. We said what's up to everybody. So let's get this the father shit. We taking the soul plane today. We're going up 60,000 feet. I don't want to get too high. My cousin was hanging out yesterday. All right, we'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. AM 1570, WBGX Harvey, Chicago.
The threat to Illinois citizens from Washington is health care costs and policies. Senior citizens have their Social Security reduced from Medicaid. And some of our senior citizens live off $3 a week for food allowance. Working families are facing bankruptcy over policy and limit and cost. Drug prices require a decision between food and Medicaid. I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Vote for me and send me to Washington. God bless.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
WIIFTV PM.
Are you curious to explore the intellectual currents that channel our thoughts and frame our reality? Have you ever meditated for relaxation and accidentally discovered the universe in the process? These matters and many more you may never have even thought of will be yours to explore as you come with me into Muwakil's world. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1. Right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIIFTV PM.
I think that the black community is starting to realize the mayor may not necessarily be an ally just because she is black.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio.
Our representatives don't necessarily get a pass just because they're black. We've got a challenge in the black part of Chicago of holding black politicians accountable.
You're listening to The Maze Jackson Show.
This is Chicago, so I understand the Chicago way. I ask every day what's in it for the black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Sneezy Dwarf Stroger, in the building.
It's that season.
And shout out to Ruthie Moore, the allergist.
Ruthie Hazel Moore.
Ruthie, man.
You cannot blow your nose, cough, or sneeze without sanitizing these days.
Right. People look at you like, are you all right? Man, is that a COVID sneeze, a COVID cough? All of that good stuff. So shout out to everybody. Man, look, we got the soul plane up in the air. Let me run through a couple things. First of all, it's Amazon Prime Day. Can you all consider the thing? Here's what I think. So I hope Amazon we need 4 Sennheiser Pro microphones and arms. I think we're going to make that a goal. Ooh. Right? Like maybe we'll make that a STARS goal. Mm-hmm. But we need so I want to put the finishing touches on the studio. Right? I feel like we have every single thing that we need with the exception of the large format video wall that I would like to put back here. And there you go. And the 4.
And Ruthie's Tulsa?
Yeah, Ruthie and I have been discussing this. We need Oreo cookies. And what did you say you needed, Ruthie?
Sonia's camera.
Sonia's camera.
Sonia's fur.
Hold on. So let me do this. Okay, so this is what we should do. This is what I believe, looking at the best practices, this is what I think we should do because I do think that we continue to try to produce the best possible show for everyone. And whatever we do benefits everybody else, right? That produces their content here.
You talking about the others?
The others.
Right.
Thank you. The others. Did you all know they got Spirit? Dawn done set up Spirit Week.
Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't quite sure what that meant, but
so basically, it's like every day during the final week of the year, all of the shows are gonna have contests. It's gonna be like every day you got a theme. Now I'm just gonna tell you.
We got Spirit. Yes, we do. We got Spirit. How about you?
Hot you.
Bless you too.
Bless you too. Hallelujah.
Whoa, Angelique with 3,000 stars. Thank you.
Shout out, Angelique. Y'all make sure y'all pay attention to the stars too, cause I'll start looking at them. But here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to make Wiftaba Media, What's in it for the Black People Media, the most technologically sound and advanced digital studio in the city. I think we have come up with a unique technology platform that I'm pretty excited about because it allows us to be efficient. And what I'd like to do is create. You gotta hit the play. What I'd like to do is create. Again, what I have found, like today, do you all know that Dawn has Teddy Riley?
Yes.
World-renowned Teddy Riley coming on Wiftaba Media. Now, when I was a kid, even up to as recently as a few years ago, it was Teddy Riley was like, man, guy, jam, whoa, jam. I mean, you think about all of those moments and all of those people, and they're live. I mean, we had Dana Dane. We got all of these different people coming on our platform. Mm-hmm. And I would like to ensure that every bit of what we do reflects the professionalism of where we're trying to go. And so what I do believe and what I've seen is that our audience and what I want to do is be pure with our requests. I think that you can see, even if you come to our place, everything that we have done is a reinvestment back in trying to produce.
Yep, 100%.
Right? Like an opportunity for us. So as I think about this, I am going to put up the list because we need to get, so I was thinking about Prime Day, but I was looking on Prime. They don't have those things. Some of the things that we need, we just can't. Let me just shout out to Amazon, though. They have delivered a significant portion of this studio right to our door. And so as we continue, right, I'll be like, hey, dog, what you doing? They be like, all right, Maze, next time. It's not here yet. No, man. But I do believe that every day I walk into the doors of our platform, I think we are expanding our universe. We've already reached 3 million people this year. About a little over 2/3 of that is since we've had this platform. And I think it's going to continue to grow. So, with that in mind, just know that
I want a flying car.
Ooh.
They got that at Amazon?
They probably
like
do.
10 inches.
They got a blowtorch at Amazon.
A blowtorch?
Not a blowtorch, a flamethrower. Like I almost bought one, man. It was like Ruthie, like we can use those for the revolution.
You know what's his name? The guy who
Elon Musk.
That's the
Yeah, I'm saying. I was gonna buy one.
What, he sells them or he has one?
No, they sell them.
I think it's a great investment, Maze.
Look,
well, you know, Maze likes to cook.
That is for the revolution.
Revolution.
Look, we're gonna have to protect this place because we're gonna be like,
you can grill some steaks out front.
Look, I'm gonna be having the.
I can see Maze out there with his blowtorch.
I'm gonna tell you, it's flamethrower.
I'm sorry, with your flamethrower.
Blowtorch is different. Shh.
Yeah.
As it.
Duck.
Like I always dodge the flamethrower though on like when you play the video games and they give you an option. It's cool like the first couple times you toast somebody, but I just worry about the ammunition, right? And it's like, like
I always go for the gun.
Right. But I would not want to be burnt up. You know,
but sometimes you got to use the blowtorch because it's silent.
And it's effect. It's
more
the
quiet.
fear effect.
What is going on here?
I'm telling you.
You got to start playing some video games, Todd, so you can be ready.
You see, Ruthie got a vest on. She got a lumberjack.
Right. She got her survivalist outfit on today.
She might make sure she not. Look, man, I'm
like
telling
this,
you. Don't go to stay out of Michigan.
You going to Michigan?
Right. Stay out of Michigan or Antioch.
She got to drive through Michigan. She's like, I better put some gear on.
Hello, Governor.
I'm gonna put a Trump bumper sticker on my car. I'm gonna make it through.
You gonna make it?
I'm gonna make it through Michigan.
Right. Build a wall.
Look, there's the letter pass.
Yeah. That's it.
Howdy.
I love Candace. That's
Well, howdy there. I see you have the mark
legals
of.
over there.
I see you have the mark of the beast here on your car. You can pass. What's the code word?
I know the code word. Throw your mask out the window. Let her go.
All right. Are y'all watching Fargo?
I still haven't gotten to it yet.
I'm telling y'all, man. Gangster. They say we froze. So anyway, that's because we ain't.
We
take
talk
no
about
break.
Trump.
Right.
Yeah.
You talk about Trump, and then the next thing you know, it's all over. Look, let's do this. Let's let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue the Maze Jackson Morning Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
We fun guy.
What's tomorrow?
Fun guy, what's up, baby?
What it do, baby?
Yeah, you already know.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be telling you.
What's going on, Chicago? What's in it for the Black People Media presents?
I want to go higher. Oh, my God.
Call your sons, call your daughters, call your friends, call your neighbors.
The Big Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. with Eugene McIntosh and Terrence Tomlin. We got what you need right here on What's in it for the Black People Media.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. People in Illinois have been crying out for justice, equality, and fairness from their government for years. And it keeps getting worse. Unfair taxes, laws that unjustly imprison nonviolent offenders. The rich get richer, and the everyday people suffer. It's time for a change, and with your help, I'm here to do it. I'm asking for your support as I run for U.S. Senator in 2020.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
You can hang out with Chicago famous Mike Love and Diz 3 to 6 p.m. right here on What's in It for the Black People Media live on the Maze Jackson page. So shout out to Chicago famous. They did their thing. They did a phenomenal job. Those brothers, listen, radio legends, right? And you come in and you're used to doing things one way and trying to flip it and do another way. They handled it seamlessly, man. So shout out to Mike Love and Diz for holding it down as they always have done. Welcome to the What's in It for the Black People Media family. Good luck at achieving number 2 status for the second best show on What's in It for the Black People Media, because number 1 is and always will be I Said What I Said.
Always remember, if you ain't first, you're last.
Whenever I play, I want to play to win. I don't see no purpose in playing.
You play to win the game.
What's the word?
In the famous
Can
words
you of beat
Herman.
my ass, though?
Can you whoop my ass, though?
It's really that simple. I don't plan on getting my ass whooped.
Hey, yo, wait a minute. Hey.
Chicago famous, they can whoop my ass.
And Chicago
we
famous
not here for no ass whoop.
Hey, what's your problem, man? Y'all are brothers. You ain't supposed to be fighting each other.
here for no ass whooping.
That's not what we here for.
We're not here for no ass whooping.
It's not what we here for.
Not at all.
What's up, good people? You're listening to I Said What I Said with Tucson Warner and Herb Howard live on What's In It for the Black People Media, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Hey y'all, this is Salim Muwakil from Muwakil's World. In case you missed the last discussion, this is what you missed.
There was a time when there was a large scale mythology that African people had no endurance. We were only good for sprinting.
Right.
And that was our forte. Other than that, we were useless in marathon races. Establishing your patrimony on the land. If you bury the dead, that means that this land is forever in your family.
Who are our ancestors, really? We are the living ancestors to a whole genealogical line going back hundreds of thousands, millions of years that we carry within us living today. Everyone who preceded us. Mm-hmm. However, that conception took place, whether it was violently, with rape, or whatever the case, but we are them living today.
That's why it's important to understand our capacity, man. Our capacity is unlimited. We have unlimited potential.
Absolutely.
So make sure you tune in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. on What's In It for the Black People Media.
I ask every day what's in it for the black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
WIFT PM.
Cootie Simmons, of course. I just knew you as Cootie,
right
from Channel Zero.
I mean, that's how we know him. We just know him as Cootie.
Now let's talk about this joint that you guys recently dropped. You directed the Stephon Marbury documentary, A Kid from Coney Island, that's on Netflix right now.
When they came to us about the project, I was like, Stephon Marbury, I'm thinking Tim Hardaway. I'm like, man, Marcus Liberty. I'm like, Stephon, I
Chicago,
don't know New York. I don't know Stephon. Right, I'm thinking, exactly. I know how to tell a Chicago story good,
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's In It for the Black People Media.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. So many politicians are bought by special interests and major corporations instead of the citizens who elected them. I would not be bought. I would finance my own campaign in good faith to the voters of Illinois and promise to serve with integrity at all times. I'm asking for your support as I run for U.S. Senator in 2020.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
He is joining Chicago famous Mr. Rick Party.
I remember meeting the Brat before she was big. We were going to Jack the Rapper conference in Atlanta.
Jack the Rapper again.
So she's sitting, waiting for a plane. She got her braids in her hair, got her overalls on, and she saw me walk up to the gate. She's like, Rick's Party, oh my God! She's doing all of that. I said, well, who are you? She goes, I'm the Brat. I'm a new rapper from the, I live on the West Side. I'm with So Def. I'm about to meet Jermaine Dupri. I did some on Chris Cross's song. I think it was The Bomb or something like that? Or
Right.
Yeah. She did some on there. So that was my introduction to her. So she would come back to my show every now and then and help me introduce the Coke Top 99. I remember we played a home jam and had people judge her song, right? And some people like, it's all right, it's okay. And she's like, yo,
Wow.
Straight West Side, man. It was crazy.
Straight West Side.
Yeah, so.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's In It for the Black People Media.
We fun guy.
What's tomorrow?
Fun guy, what's up, baby?
What it do, baby?
Yeah, yo, what do you know?
No sense, I'll be telling you.
What's going on, Chicago? What's In It for the Black People Media presents.
I want to go higher. Oh, my God.
Call your sons, call your daughters, call your friends, call your neighbors.
The Big Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. with Eugene Todd and Terrence Tomlin. We got what you need right here on What's In It for the Black People Media.
The biggest threat to Illinois citizens from Washington is health care costs and policies. Senior citizens have their Social Security reduced from Medicaid. And some of our senior citizens live off $3 a week for food allowance. Working families are facing bankruptcy over policy and limit and cost. Drug prices require decision between food and Medicaid. I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Vote for me and send me to Washington. God bless.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
WIFTV PM.
AM 1570, WBGX Harvey, Chicago. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd, Stroger, Miss Ruthie Moore, and Sonia Escobar. Yo, taking care of some of them behind the scenes, you dig, issues. I think I started talking about that money, and Mug's like, delete. Like the gremlins, like, we cannot let them take the world over, but it is no stopping us now. Hey, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Todd, Maze, and Sonia, and Ruthie, and Todd. Hey, people keep asking me, how can I get Remy Steele?
Yep.
Remy Steele and Young Sage. And I'm just going to tell you, they said it's going to be available very shortly, and you all can purchase the song. You know what? See, we break hits, too. We're going to break Chicago hits, right? You're going to be like, and then when we have a show, we're going to have a show to break Chicago hits, too.
Ooh, like a live show?
Very shortly, as soon as our website is up, we're going to be we're going to also have radio. Our radio station will be streaming. WBGX Media will be streaming, so you can listen to us online at our own station on WBGX.com. As well as, after you do that, you can watch. You can go check out the shows as they're archived. You can listen to us live. And then in the meantime, we're going to be breaking. And I'm going to try and get BDS. Also, if you are looking for the What's in It for the Black People Voters Guide, you can go to my Facebook page, the What's in It for the Black People Facebook page, if you are a member of the Lion's Den. Printed copies will be available starting on Thursday afternoon. If you are a senior and you need to pick them up, or if you are looking to make copies and you need some,
sign
swing
up for
by.
the email for the newsletter.
Oh, definitely. Sign up for the, Tennille will give us the email. You go to the Maze Jackson page. There is a link. I saw a lot of people sending me personal emails to say they wanted to be added to the list. Go to the Maze Jackson page where you watch this broadcast. If you're watching on Facebook Live, and then there's a link right there, and you can sign up for the email, put your email list in, and it'll come to you automatically.
You
All
sure
right?
that's what those emails were saying to you?
Amen. This is not my friend from Nigeria, man. I am not trying. Nah, it's nothing that says you're going to get some free money if you sign Marry Me. Marry me. All right, let me run through a few of these headlines very, very quickly. Just so you all know, very shortly, on October 25th, City So Real, the documentary that I was featured in, regarding the mayoral election and its subsequent series, 5-hour premiere on Nat Geo. So we got a big event. I'm going to be doing another event with Kendra G, where I'll be hosting an event. I think it's a virtual event, as well as the live premiere. So you all make sure you tune into that. Fargo, I told you about that. Waiting on White Woke Women at 8:30. We're going to open up the lines because we're going to be looking for woke white women. We're gonna give them an opportunity to call. Ruthie, why you make
this part 2?
I spent yesterday searching for woke white women, and the only woke white woman was on my page lecturing me on why woke white women is not something to be played with. Lincoln Yards is moving forward. J.C. Deco, I'm gonna break this down. There's a little sneaky story in the paper about J.C. Deco. Alderman Brendan Riley wants to review their contract, but that is one of those equity deals, I'm going to start calling it. It was an equity deal that was Rahm Emanuel put together. Well, first of all, Mayor Daley put together for Vic, and then moved on to Rahm Emanuel, who then made his friend rich. And it was a perfect example how people who don't get along get together to make money and they don't trip.
Right, when it comes to money.
Right, they'd be like, I don't like you, but we can make this money. Southwest is opening up at O'Hare. That's something to pay attention to. I think Southwest is probably going to emerge from this scenario as probably the biggest airline in the country would be my prediction. If I was buying, I can't say that, but I would say that that's a company to watch because business travel is now going to be Zoomed, right? Who's flying business now? Man, get on Zoom. We'll be in the room together.
You think the airline industry going to rebound?
I think it will reemerge just like 9/11. They'll figure out some kind of way. I hope that if Southwest can figure out a way to stay Southwest and then move into a bigger market share, I think they could eat. I think you'll see bigger players and smaller players.
Interesting. I think the nature of flying has changed, and so I don't think they'll be able to charge as high prices. For example, remember how it was a point of privilege to get on the plane first? Now that is a safety hazard. Yeah, because you got everybody walking past you, so now they board from the back first. So is first class gonna be in the back now?
First class is gonna have a door and air purifiers. That's what they gonna have.
Well, that's how I fly now.
First class?
Mm-hmm. No, we're still right in the front.
Yeah. Thanks, Sonia.
So I hope so.
Sonia's like, let me just dump on your morning. You peons. You coach flyers, you.
But, the airlines, they go through a shakeup every, 20, 30 years anyway. This is not unusual.
Okay. CPS, 11% white students, 50% white teachers. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. No to the scare tax. Clean the house first. We're going to talk about that. Also, did you see the story in the newspaper where Latinos are defining themselves? You know how we do ADOS?
Yeah.
They are now saying Latino is broad. Call us Mexicans, Mexican American. Mexicans, and they said the Hispanic.
Not Latinx.
Right.
This goes on every 30 or 40 years.
I've been there before.
Okay, but let's see how that works out when they start breaking out the contracts. I'm just telling y'all. It's like it goes through every 30, 40 years, and we take 3 steps back every 30, 40 years. But okay. And last, Illinois, this is one for college students, for churches, for senior homes. Old Country Buffet closes its last store in Illinois. Now,
it was an interesting concept, but who's traveling?
No, it's very affordable when you take 120 kids.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm going to tell you that before my palate was elevated, Old Country Buffet was like something we straight up look forward to.
That was fancy.
Absolutely.
And I don't think it was fancy. I just think it was like we finna smash.
No, it was fancy in a sense because you got to choose all those different things. You could feed a whole family.
I got to pick whatever I want.
Oh yeah, that's like, you know what? I was thinking like when I was
and the dessert too.
Yeah, you know what? And they had the ice cream machine.
Come on, now.
I ain't gonna even front.
Don't stunt, Maze.
No. I said before my palate was elevated.
You ain't been eating crab legs all your life.
I don't even eat. That's why I got gout now. Dang it. That's no seafood. But
where I go every week when I was in Springfield?
Where?
NCM cafeteria in old white folks mall.
I don't know. White folks mall. I never went there. How was it?
You never went there?
No.
Oh man, me and Calvin Giles, we had to go every week.
Nah, we went to
good old cafeteria food.
Nah, we went to ours was Smoky Bones.
I never heard of that.
Oh Lord.
That sounds good.
Man, they had these wings that they smoked and then fried. Like we went every night at like 11:45. You would see a massive exodus of Springfieldians down, and they would be like, we know the wings, and then they had a late night special, and then they baked what was it? Was it the cookies they had? Oh, they baked something at night. Anyway, let me stop. Old Country Buffet though.
We're in a pandemic. Would you eat at a buffet in a pandemic if they saying that it's airborne and they can live on surfaces and food?
No, I don't even. Let me tell you, when I go to Mariano's now, first of all, you know they got black people cooking in the back at Mariano's. But anyway, when I go to Marriott, well, the one I go to the one on like off of Halstead. But I just wait for them to take it out. I say, when you putting chicken in, the sister be like, I got you right now.
Well, I just went to a buffet at Fogo de Chao, and you have to go one at a time. So.
Right.
I
Listen,
did go to
once
a buffet.
again, Sonia dumps on us
Fogo
again.
de Chao. Excuse me, talking about old country right now.
Right.
You were talking about buffets.
Sonia has an elevated palate.
I need to step my game up.
Look, she said, and let me just say, so just so you don't get embarrassed, it's Fogo de Show. Right?
I know. Fogo de Chao.
It's Fogo de Chao. When you say this, like when you say it to the white guy,
they don't know.
They be like, no, when you say, well,
Look.
when it's me, when I say, hey, Fogo de Chao, the white guy says it's the show. Right? So I was like, thank you.
Fogo de Show.
Please go get me some water with that. All right, y'all. I never went to Shakey's. Never been to Shakey's in my life. Everybody
I don't
always
think I've
talks
been to
about
Shakey's
Shakey's
either.
Pizza. Everybody talks about it, but I've never been there. All right, hey, look, when we come back, I just want to, I got some audio. Dang it, Sonia, I'm going to email you this audio because I want to know if our blackness is being leveraged against us. I'm going to, when we come back, we're going to talk about it. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIFTBPM.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Boys, step aside. The Radio Rookie is in the building. The Book of Dawn, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on What's In It for the Black People Media.
The birthday line is, easily, or the birthday bash, whatever you want to call it.
Our hit record.
That's our hit record.
That's our hit record.
That's our one. That's my girl.
That's my girl by the Temptations.
Like,
no
you
matter
don't
where
sing-
we go, we gotta do that.
Ready to go down? Yes, we are. Come on, who's this on that birthday line?
It's Mandy and Baby.
And how old are you on this day?
I'm 13.
Go ahead. It's your birthday. Go ahead.
Definitely let out twins.
Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Bad boy, gotta say about
Ida B.
from WGCI. That's 3 days. Two more.
Old
Bill
projects.
on the show called It's Your Birthday. Go, 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 go. Now you know, like, I got a question.
Hey, she doing the question. No more to go.
Done with the show cause it's your birthday. Hey, let that play.
It took that.
I'm tired just listening to that.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's In It for the Black People Media.
What's up, good people? This is Herb Howard, one half of I Said What I Said. Make sure you tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. right here on What's In It for the Black People Media. It is intellectual thuggery at its finest. The blackest conversation, Herb Howard, Tucson Warner, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on What's In It for the Black People Media, 1 to 3 p.m.
And you can tell them, Maze said, we want to know what's in it for the black people.
He is joining Chicago Famous because he is born and raised in the city of Chicago. He is famous. He is Chicago Famous. Mr. Rick Party. Welcome to the show,
What's
sir.
happening for the show start?
Hey, Ricky!
So I had to figure out at that point, what am I going to do with my life? I would listen to the radio. Earl Boston was a radio personality, and I would call in all the time and ask him, hey, can you make a dedication to my girlfriend? Every day I would call him. He said, well, why are you calling me every day at 10 o'clock? You're supposed to be in school. I said, I'm sick, man. He said, to be honest with you, tell you the truth. But this man taking the time to talk to me on the other end of the phone every day, making dedications to my girlfriend who's in school while I'm out, that just inspired me just as a street kid, living, from Inglewood, Inglewood and Cabrini Green,
Right.
back and forth.
Chicago famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBPM.
I think that the black community is starting to realize the mayor may not necessarily be an ally just because she is black.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio.
Our representatives don't necessarily get a pass just because they're black. We've got a challenge in the black part of Chicago of holding black politicians accountable.
You're listening to The Maze Jackson Show.
This is Chicago, so I understand the Chicago way. I ask every day what's in it for the black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd, Stroger, Miss Ruthie Moore, Sonia, Escobar. Y'all, we are flying the soul plane high. Not like my cousin high, but like at 60,000 feet. Hey, y'all.
Let me just say that. No, Soul Queen and Queen of the they had two different owners.
Okay. So, we're going to talk about Buffett. We can talk about that a little bit later, too. We're going to bring back some restaurants and food that we should have, and things we're going to miss. Because some of y'all, we ain't seeing some of these restaurants ever again.
Yeah.
Look, I want to ask the question, has our blackness been leveraged against us? Now, I think this jumped out to me as I was watching, this clip jumped out to me as I was watching Flannery Fired Up this week. So I'm going to give credit to Mike Flannery and Fox 32 for this clip that we're about to play. But it's about the fight over Mike Madigan. Now, Sonia, I think you're going to have to raise my volume here, and I'm going to play it from the deck. All right, here we go. The social media question of the day is our blackness being leveraged against us? Is our blackness being leveraged against us? This is State Representative Chris Welch, who we've had on the show to talk to us about fighting for black participation on boards and business, etc. Right? And I would consider Chris a champion, but one of the concerns that I have often is our blackness being leveraged against us? Here is Chris Welch on Mike Flannery Fired Up. Here we go. Wait, can we hear it? Can you not hear it? Maybe we'll do it this way. Hold on. Let me try it a different way.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I want to give y'all here. Let's see if it works like this.
Ruthie, I'm hungry right now.
I got no.
We got to go to the smorgasbord.
Oh,
okay. There we go. Here we go. Oh, hold on. Stop. Let me pause. I'm sorry. Let me do it. Ruthie, hand me the phone. I need that black cord out of the phone. Please and thank you very much. Lordy B. Technology, see? This is why I gotta have it. All right, here we go. Let's try it one more time. Is our blackness being leveraged against us? This is State Representative Chris Welch addressing Mike Flannery this Sunday.
Scandal. It's been quite a while now since this do not prosecute agreement involving ComEd was unveiled back late spring, early summer. And the speaker has not answered any questions from reporters. He has not answered any questions, much less in a public forum like this committee. I think I was looking forward to that and hoping that he would do that.
Mike, we have these things called the United States Constitution and the Illinois Constitution. Both of those documents give him due process rights. And we have made him aware of every committee hearing that we've had. We're going to make him aware of the November 5th hearing, invite him to be a part of that, including with his counsel if he so chooses. But he has due process rights, and he can choose to participate or not participate.
That actually isn't the clip I was looking for. I'm sorry. But basically what Representative Welch eventually wound up saying, was that because he nominated 5 black women, Mike Madigan, he should be excused for having the largest request from Speaker Madigan. And I guess my question becomes, is our blackness being leveraged against us with our legislators?
I mean, it's been quite a while now since.
Dang, I'm sorry, y'all. I blew that. But I do think we need to pay attention to it, because one of the things that happened, and I'm gonna find the clip for you. But he talked about the fact that the reason that he was excusing the speaker was essentially because, Todd, he nominated 5 black women for positions of power, and it was disconcerting because I feel like it broke. We were being leveraged against each other to protect the speaker. I think even with this criminal justice piece, right, when it's like he has the right to due process, there is a standard that I believe people should have to operate by. And I think that the speaker should be held to a higher standard. I think it's unfortunate that with all of the record that we have, that they have chosen to use a black person to do all of the blocking, and to use the whole criminal justice reform situation or the due process, because this is the same people. It's almost like I feel like I'm watching what happened for Trump with the Supreme Court happen in Illinois with the speaker. Does that make sense? Think about it. So this is the same. He's using the same tactic that Rod Blagojevich used, which was, I'm not going to appear in front of this kangaroo court. It's all political farce.
Well, there is something to it. When you know that the whole purpose is to throw rocks at you, why get in front of the group so they can throw rocks at you? I mean, I understand that philosophy.
So I guess when do they owe us an explanation? Like, when essentially should we expect an explanation? And again, did anybody do that for Derek Smith? Did anybody do that for Louis Arroyo? Did anybody do that for and in the meantime they ran him out of office?
Ruthie?
I mean, it seems pretty logical not to put yourself in the line of fire if you don't have to. I just think it's interesting how politics can be played when politics want to be played, in a sense.
Politics always wants to be played.
But it's just only when it's like beneficial. It seems like everything
Why would you
is
do
allowed
something
to
that
ride.
wasn't beneficial to you, though?
Because I thought it was about the people.
It's never about the people, and that's the challenge.
And the more I see that,
and that to me essentially is the challenge, and I feel like that's where nobody really gets it.
But isn't part of the problem that your enemies always want to try to make you look bad, no matter what?
But isn't that the tactic that they've used? And now it's like the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, no, both sides. I mean, from my time in Springfield, both sides played hard, played rough, played dirty.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. What do you do?
I think all the power that has been amassed over these decades by Mike Madigan and them, I think now is the time to see, like, how much was that power really worth? How much did he build up his armor?
I think we've seen it. I think we see it every day, right? I think we see it from the fact that the way that he is currently being protected. Mm-hmm. And I almost feel like it is crazy to me to think that we can't expect our elected officials to be like the Speaker of the House gets to stonewall, which I'm saying he has the right to, but just because you have the right to doesn't mean that it's okay. And I think that it's unfortunate that our plight is being leveraged as part of the reason why he's not being held accountable. Look, we're going to talk about it a little bit more. Plus, CPS recruits students when they come home.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. AM 1570, WBGX Harvey, Chicago.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Hey y'all, this is Salim Muwakil from Muwakil's World. In case you missed the last discussion, this is what you missed.
There was a time when there was a large-scale mythology that African people had no endurance. We were only good for sprinting.
Right.
And that was our forte. Other than that, we were useless in marathon races. Establishing your patrimony on the land. If you bury the dead, that means that this land is forever in your family.
Who are our ancestors, really? We are the living ancestors to a whole genealogical line going back hundreds of thousands, millions of years that we carry within us living today. Everyone who preceded us. Mm-hmm. You know, however, that conception took place, whether it was violently, with rape, or whatever the case, but we are them living today.
That's why it's important to understand our capacity, man. Our capacity is unlimited. We have unlimited potential.
Absolutely.
So make sure you tune in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's in it for the black people? Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all this, that dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around that can't protect us. We see the lies of the politicians. We need money, no symbolism. It's Maze and Sonia and Ruthie and Todd explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we're united, our movement gon' start. They ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressor to solve us. What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention, you gotta do more than listen. Get some action with it on a count of 3. Let's go. When is my people gonna stop that hate? Look in the mirror, real.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. You can't see me, but you can hear me. Ruthie, Todd, we are all in the building. Check this out. I found the clip that I wanted you to hear because, and we're going to talk about this in a minute, but I wanted to ask the social media question of the day. Is our blackness leveraged against us? I found the clip that I wanted you all to hear, and I think it's important that you listen closely. Lord be. Let's listen. Here it is right here.
Your efforts you're asking Mike Madigan to help hire your mom and your wife.
Well, as I've said to you before, Mike, My entire life in public office, I have fought for corporate board diversity. I have fought for people I know and people that I don't know. And when the governor's office asked for recommendations, I gave them the name of 5 black women.
Let me do this again for you. Let's do it
again. Your efforts you're asking Mike Madigan to help hire your mom and your wife.
Well, as I've said to you before, Mike, my entire life in public office, I have fought for corporate board diversity. I have fought for people I know and people that I don't know. And when the governor's office asked for recommendations, I gave them the name of 5 black women. What I was doing when no one was looking was the same thing that I advocate for in public, and that was promoting 5 black women for boards when the governor's office asked. And yes, I asked the speaker if he would second the recommendation, because I believed in those 5 black women. 4 of the 5 had doctorates.
Is that us being leveraged against ourselves? I gotta ask. Let me.
What's that mean?
Listen. I guess. I think you gotta listen.
I heard what he said, but what are you saying about it?
How do we justify supporting the speaker? Did you hear the emphasis on do you have the most requests from the speaker for jobs and opportunities?
Did he say he was supporting the speaker? Or did he say
everything he's doing is supporting the speaker?
Or did he say the speaker deserves a fair adjudication?
I guess my question is, what does the fair adjudication, how does that apply to the speaker and how he has treated the state and the citizens of Illinois? Like, again, I feel like our blackness is being leveraged against us. The whole concept of putting the black woman in front of this issue and justifying his position on not bringing the speaker to
I don't think that was the question. The question was when Mike asked that question. Chris Welch never said, you know what? I'm only doing this because the speaker tried to help me with these 5 women.
Mom and your wife.
Well, as I've said to you before, Mike, my entire life in public office, I have fought for corporate board diversity. I have fought for people I know and people that I don't know. And when the governor's office asked for recommendations, I gave them the name of 5 black women. What I was doing when no one was looking was the same thing that I advocate for in public, and that was promoting 5 black women for boards when the governor's office asked. And yes, I asked the speaker if he would second the recommendation, because I believed in those 5 black women. 4 of the 5 had doctorates.
Ruthie. 5 black women. Why, sir? Are you not? Are you at conflict, sir?
Mike Flannery is attaching that to him being the chairman. Chris Welch didn't attach that to that.
No,
I think anyone who wasn't a Republican, and some of the Republicans, have talked to Mike Madigan about something. If there's one thing I've learned is that people with power, everybody wants to talk to him.
I don't debate that. But
when my dad wasn't when he was just a committeeman, all the black people who were beating up on him, eventually they come by and ask him to help him with something.
I don't debate that. That's not my point. But what role do black women have in protecting this guy? What role did they play in that?
Ruthie?
I guess I would want to know who those black women were, so then I can ascertain what they are currently doing or saying in relation to this situation. And then I would be curious to know why he made the connection between hiring those 5 black women and getting Madigan's stamp of approval on those hires. What's the connection between those two things?
Well, I think that
he just wanted Madigan to talk to the governor's office saying, this is fine with me.
The same way that he talked to the same way he talked to ComEd's people and said, this is fine with me.
But okay, so if Welch wouldn't have said black women,
they would say,
would it make a
these
difference?
people are friends of us. That's really how they talk.
I mean, what are you trying to say? If Mike Madigan is Mike Madigan is a champion of black women? Is that what he was trying to say?
No, he was trying to say that Chris Welch was saying that I support black people, and I put some very qualified people up in front, and I asked the speaker to support them, and he did.
And I think the question I would ask is, and does that support then for those women who include, and I don't even want to trip on, but that include members of your family, does that then have any influence on you now? If Todd Stroger, if all those people came to, let me back up. I asked you to refer my wife and my mother to positions.
Some board positions, right?
I don't know what position.
He said board.
Okay.
He said board.
Which are
paid positions.
Yeah. I don't know if they're paid or not.
Okay.
'Cause there's so many boards.
Okay.
Most of them don't pay.
And
I checked this out. Trust me.
Okay. But the one. Okay. So I'm not tripping.
Not that I got any.
Do you perceive that there would be any conflict of interest in trying to get to the bottom of a Madigan scandal that regards them using jobs and contracts, and you have jobs and contracts in the kitty?
I say anytime you ask a group to police itself, you got problems.
And super low key 5 and 2 was his family. That ain't even a lot.
The odds, but the odds pop. Oh, pop this in yours. So I mean, then you even the 2 to 3, the 2/3 of odds, and give me yours. Do y'all see we don't even have like a fair shake sometimes? Like I don't even think we got a fair shake. Like if I know that if you putting in 5 names and 2 of them are your family, I'm losing. I
don't think so. As long as they are above board and well qualified. I mean, he said these people have PhDs. I don't know.
I'm not debating
what
that.
board they're on.
I'm not debating that. I'm suggesting. Okay, let me not even suggest because I don't even want to get nobody offended. But I do feel as though it's kind of you put yourself in a awkward position morally and ethically, in my estimation, when you...
Okay, so basically, I don't want to hear black women's name being attached to the Madigan scandal. Black women, like I think that's kind of like basically like where we need to go with this.
Okay.
So if you in trouble, Mike Madigan, Chris Welch, if you want to cape for Madigan,
hold on, let me do it.
Leave black women out of it.
And that's...
I know, I got you, Maze. I got you.
Let me play. Play it again.
Efforts to you're asking Mike Madigan to help hire your mom and your wife.
Listen to
well, as I've said to you before, Mike, my entire life in public office, I have fought for corporate board diversity. I have fought for people I know and people that I don't know. And when the governor's office asked for recommendations, I gave them the name of 5 black women. What I was doing when no one was looking was the same thing that I advocate for in public, and that was promoting 5 black women for boards when the governor's office asked. And yes, I asked the speaker if he would second the recommendation because I believed in those 5 black women. 4 of the 5 had doctorates.
What was it?
He asked the speaker to co-sign that because he knew it was like it looking a little shaky. You putting your family on there, so of course you
that's
you
not
gonna
what
get you gonna get that nepotism stamp of approval.
No, he asked the speaker to co-sign because the speaker's the speaker,
and because it was 2 of his
and the
people.
the speaker asked you for things. You better ask the speaker for something.
If you are an advocate for corporate board diversity, and you know we live in the most corrupt political state.
No, we don't.
In the nation.
You know why you say that, Ruthie?
Because everybody keep going to jail.
You know why you say that? Because you live here. If you lived in another state, you'd be saying the same thing about that state. I know people have gone to jail from all kind of states. So, no, we're not really.
We in the top 10 then? Top 10 most corrupt states?
Well, if you're talking about people getting convicted, probably because we're the 5th largest state and there's a whole bunch of elected officials.
What about this comment racket? That ain't you don't think we live in a corrupt state?
Man, there's corruption all over. If you got people, you got somebody who's going to be corrupt. The whole thing is catching them.
So, this like, I feel like we are damned. Like, just listening to Todd, we're like, damn. Like, we're damned. No, I mean, literally. Listening to Todd, we are damned.
No, see, because corruption is not black and white.
But it is, though.
The people that go to jail are black. The people who get away with millions of dollars and write the laws to take 1/4 of all the buildings downtown and represent them are white. Yes, it is. Corruption is black and white.
If Chris Welch,
corruption ain't black and white.
If Chris Welch would have said, you know what, I advocate for corporate board diversity.
He did say that.
No, but hold on, let me tell you what else he should have said.
Okay.
And we got 500 black women. Two of them was my family. Then it'd be like, okay, bro, but two out of 5, that's a big percentage.
What? No. He was trying to get all 5, and if he got all 5, you know what that would be?
What?
5 more than they had yesterday. That's for sure.
Good point.
Okay, they were 2 of them 5. Okay, I'm not tripping. All I'm suggesting is, can I be 100% honest with you? That if my family was up, you couldn't get me to vote against them neither, and I would put you as the chairman without a doubt.
But there's more politics involved in this than anything else, because you do realize that Chris Welch is the chairman of the executive committee, which is kind of like it's like the speaker's committee. That's where things go when the speaker wants them to pass
or die.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. So check this out. You just answered the whole thing.
They have a unique relationship.
Exactly. So if I put my guy, who I send every single bill, everything that I want to happen or not happen, I send it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's his job in the legislature. And then I put him in charge of my trial. The same guy who kills anything that I want or helps anything that I want. Then let me ask you a question. What do you think? Do you really think there's a fair chance? And here's the deal. They set this is what I'm telling you. They write the laws so they can't break them. So now it's a 3-3 tie, right? To move on, you have to have a majority. Now that sounds great on face value, but the 3 Democrats all owe their whole entire livelihood, career, or advancement, or like 1/4 of your. I think, Todd, you are demonstrating
You can't stand Madigan. So I'm going to say, when I was a rep, after a few years, I would ask Madigan for something every year. Even if I couldn't really think of anything good, I just asked him for something because I felt like he owed me because I voted for him.
I'm not debating that. And it's not just because I don't like Madigan. Go ahead, Ruthie.
I Googled some things, and a WBEZ article from September.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read this one little paragraph, if I may. It says, Madigan's top aide also forwarded the resume of Welch's mother to 2 high-ranking staffers in Pritzker's office. The records show Madigan recommended more people with connections to Welch than anybody else during the months after Pritzker was sworn in.
I'm glad. You know what?
And that's WBEZ.
So what? I found out the white people ain't no better than us.
Yeah, but they will tell it like it is. They'll tell you what the transcripts say, and you can make your own conclusions based on that. And this don't smell too good.
We know that he told us. We already knew that he recommended 5 people. The only other thing is we know that the other reps didn't do that. But we don't know what the other reps asked for.
No, it says right here, Chris Welch recommended the most people.
No, I'm saying representatives ask for things all the time. It's not always about getting somebody placed somewhere.
But if you get to recommend the most, you are in charge of a bipartisan thing that's set up. Is that really bipartisan?
Can I just say something?
No, there's not. It's never going to be bipartisan. There's always going to be somebody more powerful in anything that's set up by the General Assembly.
I don't think that the Republicans been. Here's all I'm suggesting, and I think, Todd, what you are demonstrating is realistically
power,
but Illinois-based power.
Complacency with corruption.
This ain't got nothing to do with Illinois. You go anywhere else, there is some group running roughshod over the other group.
And what I'm suggesting is we are complicit in being ran roughshod over ourselves.
It's normal. It's like it's almost normal. Like ain't nobody appalled by this. How can they?
So basically, you're saying you hope that those 5 black people got rejected.
And that's exactly what they want us to. What they want us to say.
Thank you.
No, I'm just asking you. I'm asking you a question. Is that what you're saying?
That's what.
No, I don't care what they say. What do you want?
But I'm saying that's exactly what that and by you saying that.
But what do you want?
All right, so ask me that question again.
You know what I learned in life? You know what I learned in life? Either you got it or you don't. And those who don't, they got no say.
Ask that question again. Would I want those 5 black women to have jobs? Of course. Most black people gonna say yes, Todd.
Enough said.
But does that excuse the fact that 2 of them was relatives?
What's the cost? No, let me answer the question.
We don't know enough about the relatives. I was talking to Ruthie. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, can I answer the question?
Go ahead. I'm just messing with you.
It depends on the cost of those 5 jobs. Now, if those 5 jobs cost me all of the jobs and everything that we did not get a part of at ComEd, no, it's not worth it for those 5 women. I'm sorry. I don't care who they were, right? How
do you tie that to ComEd, though?
Here's the thing. Right now, this ComEd case threatens to crack open a whole world, to bust open the whole power dynamic, right? Just bust it all open. The only reason we're even talking about Chris Welch in this situation is because of the ComEd situation, right? This committee was convened because of ComEd. Now, everything else is really a distraction, right? It is really everything else that we've talked about that is not regarding ComEd is another rabbit hole to justify why not. It has nothing to do what we're talking about right now, politics or not. Look, they put Derek Smith out of office so that they could run another candidate, just so that they could say that they stood up and then helped him win, so that they could get the votes. And they did a double bubble, right? And it happened to your friend, our friend, right?
It was a strange time, wasn't it?
It wasn't a strange time. It was, once again, the white boys play the game to win all the way at the end.
Definitely true, yeah.
And so what I am suggesting to you is right now, we could have Madigan by the short hairs, right? If Chris Welch was like, the black people over here are curious about how we could get that same $200 million that UNO got to build their schools. And, oh, by the way, I'm sitting at top of this committee, right? And then he came back and said, oh, by the way, here's $200 million for black schools, black this, black whatever. I would be like, you know what? And you got 5 jobs out of it too? The cost was worth it. If you are going to trade having the most powerful man by the throat in the whole entire state for all of us who have all been strangled, choked out, whatever, and you trade it for 5 jobs, then no, it's not worth it.
See, that's my point. How do you connect those 5 jobs to this committee? And
are you serious?
I don't see it.
Exactly. What do you mean you don't see it? Todd, the reason
I don't see it because he's the head of a committee that is Madigan's committee, as I said earlier. So he has a relationship. The 5 jobs are something different than that. Mike Madigan is just trying to make him look bad.
Todd, do you know any?
Mike Madigan. Mike Flannery. Sorry.
Every politician who has jobs in somebody's office has to think about what they say or do in regards to those people.
But his jobs aren't in Madigan's office. They're in the governor's office.
They are controlled by Madigan. The moment Madigan says, hey, look, that guy's
No. Not in this instance. The governor, who was clearly stated that, I'm not Madigan's boy.
Todd, I'll read it again. It says, the records show Madigan recommended more people with connections to Welch than anybody else.
Once you are hired, if our friend recommends somebody to me, once they're in my office, they got to listen to me.
Yeah, they got to listen to you. And so if once I put my person in your office, they got to listen to you. But when anything goes wrong, just like we saw with those black women at the teachers' retirement pension fund, then they start to pile the roof on you. They start to complain. You start to have office issues. You start having all of the people that are around you start talking. Like Todd, honestly,
but his position, his position is a lot different than I think than anything that these ladies.
You know what, Todd?
Todd just playing. He's just joking.
No, I think.
No, I think we
Todd,
just have.
you gotta see the connection.
We have a fundamental difference. That's all.
Do you see the connection between how Chris Welch is caping for Mike Madigan? You see that, right? Would you agree with that?
Do I think that?
Do you think Chris Welch is caping for Mike Madigan?
Explain.
I don't even know what that even
Explain
means. So, as I was going to say,
in-
are you trying to say that Chris Welch is blocking certain things to keep Mike Madigan out of the spotlight? I'd say
caping.
yes.
Okay.
So here's what I'm suggesting. When we listen to Todd, this is all I'm telling you, and this is not a diss.
That's right, because I know where I've been. I know where you guys have been.
But I know where we're going, and we ain't going back in that direction, Todd.
And we all got different opinions. And you don't know nothing. You're only 34.
It's legit time. I ain't quite that old, but it's legit. It's time out for the way that these schemes are being played, and I think that's what we're trying to get at. Like,
things will never be the same. Change is inevitable.
Exactly. So that's why we got to push back against the Chris Welches in Illinois.
But I will say that that there is more to this than people realize. And you can burn down the house, but make sure you're not in it.
I don't
think
the whole. But that's the whole. We ain't had a place in it.
But Todd, that's the whole point. The whole point is that when your family's in the house, you ain't gonna burn it, right? So as long as, in my estimation, as
I have seen people push against black people being places all my life. I mean, people like, that black person got that and he shouldn't get. Are you kidding? White people get this kind of stuff all the time. As soon as we start getting some, black people are the ones who carry the torches.
Todd, we only got 5, and I'm not technically 3 positions.
Yeah, and
Maze is saying,
who else asked? How do we know?
Is that
maybe if Chris Welch hadn't been there, maybe we'd have none. I don't know.
But is that
with
enough?
20 elected? But okay, so this again, you are reiterating.
Well, that's a bigger problem.
If we only got, you know what the thing that frustrated
me? You know what I did
me?
learn is black people don't know how to ask a lot. They're like, I better not ask. Somebody say no.
Okay, so here's what I found out.
What'd you find?
I found out that I'm not mad at ComEd. I promise you, the thing that I was not mad at the whole ComEd situation. The thing that was striking to me about ComEd was that we were not included anywhere. And it we wasn't in the notes. We wasn't in the subcontext. No, there was no point in which we were even included in the money-making concept. And it's like we sitting here.
I wasn't mad at ComEd about that. I was mad at that's the speaker's people keeping us out of things.
Are you listening to yourself? Did you just hear the conversation we just had? Like, we got nothing, and you are...
what you're mad at, is that the speaker is not being grilled in front of a group. But you're also mad that Chris Welch got 5 people appointed to a board. I suspect.
I'm not
certain.
I don't think it's a matter of people being mad that he's not being grilled. The problem is that the speaker has had
I don't care. The speaker, he's a big boy. Let him be grilled. He has had
a stranglehold on power in Illinois for decades. So now when the time is coming where that power is being dismantled, you got a black man caping for him, talking, and then using black women as some of the ammo. And all we saying is that we got to stop doing this. We can't keep functioning
come on,
like
let me
this.
play it. Wait. Let's play it for you one more time.
I had nothing to say, so okay.
Let me play it for you one more time. I'm just saying, black women, where you at? I'm not.
Shouldn't you be mad at Mike Flanagan for pushing black women out in front like that?
You're asking Mike Flanagan to help hire your mom and your wife.
No, I'm not mad at Mike. If he said who, let's go back. Stop.
Your efforts you're asking Mike Madigan to help hire your mom and your wife.
Well, as I've said to you before, Mike, my entire life in public office, I have fought for corporate board diversity. I have fought for people I know and people that I don't know. And when the governor's office asked for recommendations, I gave them the name of 5 black women. What I was doing when no one was looking was the same thing that I advocate for in public, and that was promoting 5 black women for boards when the governor's office asked. And yes, I asked the speaker if he would second the recommendation because I believed in those 5 black women. 4 of the 5 had doctorates.
I guess my question in that whole space is Todd, I think listening to you, it essentially explains to me why we are where we are. And I'm not even like saying that in a way to be denigrating.
That's all right. You got your opinion, I got mine.
Yeah. So but what I do,
I don't take it personally. I go home and I kiss my wife and kick the cat.
I'll kick the cat too, man. I feel as though we don't understand. It's like it's all connected. There's like the part where we talk about how
he's the speaker though. I mean, how do you do anything without talking to the speaker?
I'm not disagreeing with that. I am suggesting that when power is within grasp,
you want to destroy the speaker?
He's
gonna fall. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He can't stay speaker forever.
But how long do we do the propping?
I mean, if I have a problem with what's going on right now, it's that they're not asking for enough in this world.
And so I'm suggesting when you say
it's not the 5 people that bother me. It's like that's all you got out of this.
That's what we're saying.
But it's not Chris Welch. It's the larger group. Chris Welch is on top of the list. There should be like bigger things that, how many people you say, 22 or something? How many people in the House, black people? They all should be getting something out of this or working. Well, actually, they should be working collectively for the big get that works
Todd,
throughout the state.
How can Chris Welch be in such a position right now? Like, would you agree that he has some power? Does he have any leverage, or is it all just an illusion?
All governments are top heavy. So the speaker is like 80% of anything that happens. No matter what state you're in, at Washington, they're incredibly powerful.
So you think Chris Welch is okay with saving himself and throwing everybody else, all the black people in Illinois?
I don't think he's trying to throw any black people under the bus.
How?
How what?
How is he not? Mike Madigan has been in power for so long.
So do you want Chris to vote no against when he comes up for speaker? Is that what you're saying?
That would be really, really nice.
That's not happening.
But you do realize you don't live in Chris's district, right?
That would be really nice.
You know you don't live in his district. So,
or I'm not one of them board appointees.
So they probably won't even pay attention if you call.
So
you'd have to call your own state rep and say, don't vote for him. And he may pay attention.
I am, it's so disheartening. It really is disheartening. I'm not even tripping. It's disheartening. It is disheartening because it's just disheartening. Let's go to a break. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Funeral expenses are costly. The Casket Store wants to help you save hundreds of dollars. You do not have to purchase a casket from the funeral home. Call now for a free in-home consultation. Call 773-445-6900. 773-445-6900.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show.
WIFTBPM.
This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd, Stroger, Ruthie Moore, Sonia Escobar in the building. Y'all, this last conversation.
Hello, Sonia.
Was a bit disheartening. I'm not gonna lie. And maybe I watch too much TV. Right? No, maybe I do. And and maybe I play war games in my head too much, political war games. Right? Maybe I'm just too much of I don't think that. I do know that I'm not a big fan of Speaker Madigan. I don't think there are very many big fans of Speaker Madigan, according to the polls. I think we have a platform and we talk about it, and I think that because it's so interconnected with Illinois politics, it's very difficult to disconnect them. When we talk so Todd, when I initially got into the political game, if you were referred to a position by a committeeman or you had what we called a Chinaman back in the day. I know that's not politically correct, but we called it your Chinaman. And whenever somebody would get into trouble, before they could get fired, before anything could happen to them, you talk to their quote unquote Chinaman. And I am not saying this to be offensive. This is pre-political correctness, but that is the terminology that was used. And for instance, if I got put into a job by my committeeman, then whoever was the boss would talk to the boss, and the boss would talk to the committeeman, and the committeeman would call and say, "Hey, man, you're messing up at work. Get it together." Or before you fire someone, you'd call and say, "Let me touch base with you." Thus, leaving the power. I have the power with the committeeman. You have the power with the precinct person. That in this case, Chris would be the precinct person. So every one of those points of job contact, and even those 5 people, are probably people that are of some concern to Chris and his well-being. And I'm not. This is not just Chris, but if I know that I have received favor based on my dedication and loyalty, and the only way you're going to be the chairman of the committee that decides everything, whether it passes or fails, is if you are loyal. So at the point in which I am now, my whole fate is at risk, because quite frankly, this same committee is the same committee that threw out Derek Smith and Arroyo, etc. I have to make sure that whoever's in control of it, or those 3 people that I pick, are unwavering. Now, what power do I have over people to hold them, or how have I demonstrated my loyalty to them? It's either power or mutual loyalty. Those people and the placement of those people become markers on our list. I keep a tab. Like, whether you believe it or not, every single person that I help place, whatever, I have a note of it. Now, I don't call them on it, but I do have a note of it. And the challenge for us as Black people is we tend to get what we want out of politics or political people and then move on. And that's why we don't have the continuity. White folks stay. A white kid that went with Madigan in 1976 is still with him now. Some way, shape, or form. They writing a check. They're doing something. They've remained connected because they've been able to take that and translate that multiple paths up. He don't talk to you every day, but you stay connected to the fold so that in the event that you need to talk to someone, you got that chit. And if he needs to talk to you, he knows he's got that chit. And I think to pretend like that doesn't exist and to say that's completely separate from the trial is crazy.
No. You were talking about Madigan's people, but we're talking about Chris Welch's people.
No, I'm talking about the fact that Chris Welch's people, by virtue of their recommendation, become Madigan's people.
No. When they go to the governor's office, they're not Madigan's people. The governor's office knows those are Chris Welch's people.
The governor's office knows those are Chris Welch's people, and additional, and so they're going to do what the governor asked, but oftentimes they're not in disarray. Now, if those people are going to have a problem because they know they were recommended just like the rest of those people were. And I'm suggesting that what we know is that every single time we've seen black people go into a head position in Springfield and they are trying to make moves, you find a Madigan checkmate somewhere in the space. So I would use when we had a brother at DCEO, and the second that he was finna open up the floodgates at DCEO, then we got these chief procurement officers that then could negate, that were all Madigan placements, that could negate. And it's like, we play like this don't happen, and then we close our eyes, stick our head in the hole, and then say, what happened?
But I don't get the connection. I mean, we know Madigan is powerful and is always trying to do things for him and his, but what's your point?
This is why I'm so disheartened. All I'm suggesting is, my point is this. If I know that I have if I know that I filled 5 positions of yours, right? And you're going to 9 times out of 10 do what I ask you to do. Not even out of fear or force, out of deference to the fact that I got 5 of your people making $100,000 a year. I got a $500,000 payroll.
We don't know what was going on.
So let's say
you know where the 5 people went?
But I ain't gonna put them out
let's
there.
Not
you
even
can
go
Google
to the 5
it
people.
If you want.
Let's not even
but
go.
There was some high-ranking board positions.
And let's also not like. There's no reason for me to recommend it. I'm not recommending any of my people to peanut jobs. I'm just saying. I'm not. So let me just say.
See what you're missing. What I think you're missing is that the governor needs Chris Welch too. That's my point. This isn't just about Madigan. This is about Chris and his relationship to the governor's office. They're going to need Chris. They're not going to screw Chris just because the governor, just because Madigan says. Because
so then why
once
did
everybody notices that he loses credibility?
So why did he take the? Okay. I'm just disheartened. I'm gonna let this be because if that's the case, then why doesn't Chris go straight to the governor? Why does he go through Madigan? Because you know that once you get that's the double whammy, right? And I'm not suggesting that. I don't think people walk around in fear when they get recommended into a job or get put to a job. They walk around with hubris or confidence because they know between Madigan and Chris Welch, you got the chairman of exec committee, which means none of your bills are getting out if him and Madigan don't agree. So now you got 2 of the most powerful. And I'm suggesting Chris Welch is one of the most powerful men in Springfield. And quite frankly, this being ahead of this committee makes him even that much more powerful.
Yeah.
And so again, I think like Ruthie said, if the answer was 500 jobs, right? And me and my black elected officials came together and we have come to and it ain't due process. He was like tangibly like, yo, man, we went to him and we turned him upside down. Like if he came on and said, look, man, did we get the corporate boards passed? Did we, like, I got you on all the stuff, but how much of when I asked you what have been the tangible outcomes for black people over the last 10 years, y'all struggled. Y'all struggled.
I don't struggle. I don't think we got much of anything.
So yeah, we did. We got 5 jobs.
Now you just picking on Chris. That's
no, I'm not. And see, and to me, that's how that's how it goes. That's exactly how it goes. It becomes personal.
That's what I'm saying. It's become personal.
It's not personal. It is. No, brother, you are
Mike
in the most.
Flannery made it personal.
I
didn't make it personal.
No, you made it personal when everything you do is gonna come out. This is all I'm saying. Like here, I'm never. You know what? I have to be denied in my world. I have to be denied. Right? Like you can't associate. Like my wife can't really be associated with. Like if I was trying to make money or do business or try to get a recommendation for a state job, she couldn't really do that. You can't really do that. And I'm suggesting that if I was to, could you imagine if I don't even want to put it on the brothers. I don't, that's not, this is not about personal. What I am suggesting is we have a broader responsibility If the biggest get was 5 and you took 2 of the 5,
come on now. And your whole career, you've been in 4 corporate diversity?
See, that's my point.
Corporate board diversity?
If there's 20 other people, you don't know what the 20 other people asked for or what they got.
Okay, I'm not tripping.
Todd, for you to have so much like boots on the ground political experience, it is very thought provoking to me that. That's not a good word. It's very thought provoking.
It doesn't bother me that you're thought provoking. You should be thought provoking.
No, it's very thought provoking to me that you see things a certain way.
I see him from 57 years and 30 years of working.
But
you see things from your perspective, from your experience, from your life,
and
from
your
everything you've done.
perspective drives me crazy because Illinois is
I'm glad you're across because I need somebody to drive crazy.
Illinois is so corrupt, and it seems like it's so normal.
It is.
It's so normal, Todd. That
No.
Hold on, let me say this.
I may be jaded. I may be jaded because I've seen so many people go to jail
Todd,
at this point.
This corruption is so normal that you are. I'm not going to say you're refusing to make these connections with these dots, but it's just something that Democrat and you just won't let you connect these dots together.
I'll stop you there because it got nothing to do with Democrats.
What is it then?
It's because I have been through all 50 states practically, and I've seen everything that you complain about. I've seen in other states. It's not about Illinois. It's about people. People will try to steal and try to be as powerful as they can be.
But when they do, what's wrong with us calling it out to say, hey, y'all know
Who said it was anything wrong? Yell, Ruthie.
No, we are. What we're saying is that
I don't have to agree with everything that you say, do I?
You don't. But what I need you to do, Todd, I need you to help us in this fight to dismantle this system that has not been working for us. Because you know that these dots can easily be connected. So we need people like you to call this stuff out.
You want to be powerful? You get everybody to work together. That's how you become powerful.
You can't win.
Well, I'm talking about black people.
It's tough. It's tough. It's disheartening to try and get black people to work together when their first instinct is protecting the existing system of white supremacy because they have found personal benefit. We are what I have always been part of when I left the Springfield piece was when I got over the fact that I had convinced myself through negotiating community benefits agreements. I had convinced myself by helping 1 or 2 people, even as I watched over time my counterparts help whole communities. When I watched the Black Caucus fight over $135 million or $200 million, I think it was, in weatherization money. And I watched the Latinos take theirs, spend it, build 10 schools, and make subsequently their people rich. And we were all at the same table in the same room. When I look at the fact that the advocacy for those 5 black women is our vision of power, and we don't see how cheap we go, and it may be 50. I think it was telling that even in his answer, the usage of black women as a shield. It reminded me very much of New Jack City.
I thought his shield since you're gonna go there.
Well, hold on. Let me finish.
I thought his shield. No, that was an awful thing to say. So I thought his shield was not those 5 women. His shield was I've been fighting to put black people on corporate boards and ever since I got here. That was his shield. The 5 black women came from Flannery.
I guess no. He used the 5 black women. Mike Flannery asked about 2 of the women. We got to 5. He asked about 2 because if I knew that I was fighting for corporate boards. But in fighting for corporate boards, the people that I'm fighting for happen to be my family members. It's going to jade.
If he can't help his family members with 2 jobs after being in Springfield for how long has he been there? About 12 years?
It's 2 out of 5. If it was 2 out of 50, 2 out of 100, okay, cool, bro. But we got to stop doing this to each other. You have no
idea what Chris Welch has done. I don't either, to be honest with you. But I'm certain his portfolio of helping people is much bigger than those 5 jobs.
But we talking about these 5 positions that are directly connected to Madigan and this bipartisan thing that he's sitting on. How can this man objectively be on this, be doing this with Madigan when we know that Madigan has helped him and his family?
So are we saying that we would just be happy if it was some white guy who was the chairman of that committee?
No, So let me start here. I think that you should be able to help your family. I have absolutely no issue at all. None. Now, what I will tell you is that we find ourselves as black folks often not in a position to help our families, right? Because it becomes cannon fodder. You are perfect example of it. I think of you, your family members that you helped that were qualified for the jobs. I am not suggesting and when you gave his numbers, obviously one of the women that he referred was a PhD, and I have absolutely no challenge with their qualifications. As a matter of fact, they are civically active. They are involved. They have 100% right to be in government. I am going to tell you that right now it is tough for people to trust their government. It's tough. It is tough. And at this most crucial moment, it's almost like, you know how like when there's a car or something and the white folks say, I'm not going to take the salary, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to appear tainted, but then they going to get rich somewhere else.
Yeah, they do that all the time.
No. The white, here's what happens. Like the white guy, like if your job comes with certain perks, white people who are already rich say, I reject those perks.
Yes.
As a kind of like their statement that I'm above this, but then on the meantime, they got contracts because they got law firms and they back. It would be my hope that in the event that you know that you put yourself above reproach, that you put yourself above Flannery asking that question. Now, I feel like if you look at the white folks, what they do is they don't try to put their family necessarily in government jobs. Now, like low level, right? If you really do it like and if we had our stuff together, we would be able to put our families in private companies. That would allow us not to even have to have this situation because it wouldn't even be for Flannery to discuss, right? If we have to be better, right? And if you're going to be the defense team for the speaker, you can't allow them to broadside you like that. Because nobody trusts the government right now. Like, I don't know anybody that trusts, in any of this. And I do feel as though the usage of black women was disconcerting to me in that situation.
Besides Kelly Cassidy, there's probably nobody who hasn't asked the speaker for something.
I'm not
debating. Todd, for something. I don't know.
No, she did. Remember, they got her fired from her job at Tom Dart. Remember the whole Tim Mapes? She was
no. I said besides her,
she did.
Everybody has asked the speaker.
But she asked the speaker. I mean,
what she asked the speaker for?
She had the side job at the sheriff's department that she wasn't showing up for. and Tim Mapes, when she went 8, Tim Mapes called and told her she was gonna lose the job.
That's not helping her.
But my point is, they all have a foot. It's like they're all compromised. And I'm just suggesting. So I'm not debating that.
Right.
But Todd, right now, Chris Welch could literally be the most powerful man in the whole entire state. He really could. He has literally the speed. Actually, any one of those people. Hold on.
So you're saying that he could make, at this point, he could make any moves he wanted because the speaker can't really remove him. Is that what you think?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Here's what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting that all three of those members were chosen because they will not move. Because any one member moves at all, he's doomed. Because remember, the key to this is it's 3-3. It's a tie.
Right.
To make it look fair, it has to be one. So now, but if I'm the chairman can bar or allow anything. At this point, I would hope that the chairman is collecting a stack of requests legislatively. I would be expecting that cannabis is going to get fixed. I would expect that the House Bill 4865 would be heard. I would expect that we would get some legislative advances that we would be otherwise unattainable.
Well, you know what I think, Mace? I think you're right. And I think that these guys have been meeting, at least that's what I hear, and they may surprise us with some stuff, hopefully. But until that happens, you know what's going to happen?
What?
I'm going to go out and hit a little round white ball and forget about you and Ruthie for about 4.5 hours.
I'm going to tell you, it's better than 40 years. It's better than 40 years.
40 years of what? Oh, you're talking about yeah, I get it.
I look, man. Power. It's like power, right? Like right now, like if I'm Chris Welch, I'm twisting that big Northwestern ring. Straight up.
Does he have a really big Northwestern
you know Chris wears that Northwestern ring. And he's a shrewd businessman. Shrewd legislator.
Well, be shrewd for black people.
Therein is my challenge. See, I think that we have been accustomed to accepting nominal stuff like that's a win. Again, there's nothing you like. If 5 women is what we getting up out this whole
3.
Oh, see, I'm suggesting that we got an opportunity to put it on to get them all. All right, y'all. Sonia's telling me I got to take a break. We blew through everyone this. This is the Maze Jackson Show.
Oh, it was Ruthie's fault.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Funeral expenses are costly. The Casket Store wants to help you save hundreds of dollars. You do not have to purchase a casket from the funeral home. Call now for a free in-home consultation. Call 773-445-6900. 773-445-6900.
Hey y'all, this is Salim Muwakil from Muwakil's World. In case you missed the last discussion, this is what you missed.
There was a time when there was a large-scale mythology that African people had no endurance. We were only good for sprinting.
Right.
And that was our forte. Other than that, we were useless in marathon races. Establishing your patrimony on the land. If you bury the dead, that means that this land is forever in your family.
Who are our ancestors, really? We are the living ancestors to a whole genealogical line going back hundreds of thousands, millions of years that we carry within us living today. Everyone who preceded us. Mm-hmm. However, that conception took place, whether it was violently, with rape, or whatever the case, but we are them living today.
That's why it's important to understand our capacity, man. Our capacity is unlimited. We have unlimited potential.
Absolutely.
So make sure you tune in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media.
He is joining Chicago famous because he is born and raised in the city of Chicago. He is famous. He is Chicago famous. Mr. Rick Party. Welcome to the show,
What's
sir.
happening for the show, star?
Ricky!
So I had to figure out at that point, what am I going to do with my life? I would listen to the radio. Earl Boston was a radio personality, and I would call in all the time and ask him, hey, can you make a dedication to my girlfriend? Every day I would call him. He said, well, why are you calling me every day at 10 o'clock? You're supposed to be in school. I said, I'm sick, man. He said, be honest, man, tell me the truth. But this man taking the time to talk to me on the other end of the phone every day, making dedications to my girlfriend who's in school while I'm out, that just inspired me just as a street kid, living, from Inglewood, Inglewood and Cabrini Green,
Right.
back and forth.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to last, can't doze no more. I told y'all this, that dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies of the politicians. We need money, no symbolism. It's Maze and Sonia and Ruthie and Todd explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' start. They ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressor to solve us.
What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention, you gotta do more than listen. Need some action with it on the count of 3. Let's go.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore. Sonia Escobar. Todd had to go out and go golfing. I think he was trying to make sure they was going to let him play. Now, did we open up the phone lines? Did we open up the phone lines?
Yep.
Sonia, can you open it? Oh, you know what? We can't open it. Can we open them up or no? Oh, Lord. You know what? Somebody get Dre on the phone because stuff ain't working right. Dr. Dre, come see us, man. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Can I just be clear? With that conversation, it's like I'm not begrudging Brother Welch those opportunities. I just want us to make sure that I sometimes feel like we get comfortable looking out just for the few people that we know in our circle. Right? And I think there's a comfort level sometimes. Man, I just think sometimes there's a comfort level in taking care of friends and family. And don't get it twisted. I think we should take care of friends and family. I'm friends and family. But I also think that we settle for like less. Right? Like I feel like we take the Negro deal in thinking that that's the hookup. Right? You see, dude made sure, the speaker made sure hundreds of people were eating. Hundreds. Open up the phone lines, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. And even when we look out for our people, we look out for them less than. Like, there is no black person outside of the super elite that I've seen that is equivalent. Like, black average politically and white average politically are different.
Ooh. Like, for example, how them sisters probably needed them PhDs to get on the board.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or how it's like elected, they look out for their people, but their idea of looking out is to get them a good job. It's not to help them get wealthy so that they can take the people off your team and keep regenerating. That hurt, man. I'm going to tell you that conversation was tough. And it's not, and I swear to God, you know, I love Todd to death. I am so concerned that we have a whole generation of people that have learned this way, and their idea of what is successful, like Madigan, no, man, it's gonna cost me 5 jobs, 10. Like I'm telling y'all, they like, man, give me another court, right? And I feel like we should be turning everybody upside down. Like I want Chris to be talking about some, and in the meantime, like you know, like they keep having these Black Caucus. Remember they had the Black Caucus press conference at the white guys joint. Remember, and the white guy spoke. Mm-hmm. It's like that's why it makes it hard, and I'm concerned that we are often used as cannon fodder. So like, we can, in my estimation, we gotta have the top most trusted Black person for Madigan gotta have a lot of outcomes for Black people. Right? Like, that's just it. Like, be a gangster with it.
That's the thing. It's like they never get too gangster with it. It's almost
They get gangster with us. They get gangster with us. I'm saying be gangster.
And low key though, how is it a badge of honor for you to talk about 5 Black women got appointments when we talking about hundreds?
Not one man.
We just,
man, so you know how I didn't even I didn't even touch the man. I didn't even touch that the whole 5 Black women, reiterate 5 Black women. I'm not touching. I didn't even touch because y'all know y'all would have called me all type of hater, misogynist.
Just because the system is the current way that it is, do we have to play within it?
Yes.
So we have to play within the system.
I'm y'all don't understand why I'm disgruntled. Do you understand why I'm disgruntled? Like this I'm disgruntled because I'm disgruntled because I told y'all about this. I'm just gonna jump. Did you see the story about? No, I'm gonna jump. I'm disgruntled. We got calls. I'm disgruntled because I was thinking, and this story puts me in perspective of J.C. Decaux. This J.C. Decaux deal was a deal that was put together initially to make. I got you. I'll take your call in a minute, Israel. It reiterates how we are left out. This J.C. Decaux deal, basically Alderman Brendan Riley is suggesting that, you know who J.C. Decaux is? Those are the guys that do the bus shelters.
Every bus shelter.
But they also have now the digital billboards. They were the first people to do the digital billboards on the expressway. Now, J.C. Decaux, that their initial deal, and they're at the airports and all the advertising, that was initially a deal that the mayor gave to my former business partner. Mayor Daley gave to them, and it was a multi-generational deal that made him wealthy. Right? Then we saw that they then did the interstate digital billboards, and they were the first ones, and it was J.C. Decaux Interstate, and that was a deal put together by Rahm Emanuel to make his friends rich, and he forced a partnership between J.C. Decaux and Interstate to create this company that essentially made them rich, right? But they had to create a whole new company with all new board members, etc.
A 20-year contract?
Yep. Which guarantee legislated wealth. And it costs you $100,000. It's sort of like the airport. It's sort of like the parking meter deal. Now, the challenge here is you put that up against 5 jobs. They created whole industries through which they employed their people. we're not at the table. And we are substituting Happy Meals. We are happy and complicit with Happy Meals while everybody goes to Gibson's. And it let me go to the live line. Because I Black Chicago, I think our leverage, Black Illinoisans, our leverage has been used against, like, realistically, what have we gotten? I still don't even know what we're voting for. Not what are the issues that have been addressed? They telling us we're gonna be surprised after the election. It's the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, Israel?
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, it's Jacob Israel. What's up, Jacob?
And I put Judah on there. She must have knew it was me. No,
no, she didn't. I guess when I heard your voice, brother. Welcome back. Hey.
Yeah, all right. That's what's up. Good morning, everybody. And of course, I've been listening to you. I ain't called, but I've been listening because I don't listen at the other show. The other dude get on my nerves. But what I wanted to say, Mace, because you know what I mean. This is your deal. This is what you do. All right. I'm with Todd on this one though. The brother, it was recommended from the governor. He got a recommendation from the speaker, right? But this has something to do with the governor. Hello?
Correct.
Yeah, it has something to do. So the 5 appointments is not his career. It's not. He didn't levy the 5 appointments, and if it's what's in it for the Black people, he recommended for this particular board 5 people. That's not his career. It's not him leveraging all of us for 5 people and 2 of them as family members. It's a board. Like you were talking about, Todd should be on somebody's board. It's a board. He in a high power position. So why not? What you want him to do?
No. I'm not. So let me say this, and I'm with you. So first of all, let me be clear, and I wanted to make sure I'm clear. I think it was multiple boards. But I'm not mad at the brother for recommending family or friends. What I'm suggesting, Brother Jacob, is that we are taking the Negro deal again. So if you are now the most powerful guy, right? And when the white guy comes up to you and says, what do you want? What do you need? You don't say, give me 5. You say, give me 5,000. Let them cut you down to 2,500. Let them cut you down to 5.
I understand exactly what you're saying, bro. But this has nothing to do with that. This was a specific about a board, and they needed some people for it. And this is not the whole thing. This is one deal.
Jacob, let me ask you this: if you had, if I'm you and me, and you got 5 people on my team, I'm paying 5 of your people, and they're on my payroll, and they are at will employees. You're not gonna talk. You're not gonna say too many things that don't flatter me, right? You're not gonna say nothing that's going. You're not. And if I am in front of a court case, right? Are those gonna be the people you want on the jury? The people that I gave the jobs and to your family? So if I put you and go ahead.
I dig exactly what you're saying, bro. On the larger scale, right now he do have the opportunity to get Madigan right now. But with this deal, not with this one. Not this. I think this is separate from the whole. Once he get, once he going down, ain't no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? And old boy is committed to him. You know what I mean? Because of the power in the committee that he's with, and they've been doing business. So, and another thing, real quick, please, Ruthie, respect Todd, the president. The former president. I thought you were beginning this. I believe this is you from the beginning, and that's all I have to say about it. Shalom, much love, and I'm continuing to support.
Hey, Shalom. Jacob, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you back too, man. It was good. I was a little bothered when you wasn't on the team, and I'm glad to know you here, and I'm glad to have you expressing your opinion. Calling all the way from Houston. All right,
hold on. I got much respect for Todd Stroger.
Say that.
Much respect. And I think that our disagreements are just that. Like, and there's nothing wrong with us disagreeing. We just have 2 different perspectives on how to right this wrong that's been done to us.
And Ruthie has got a gun. No, I'm just joking. No, can I tell you though? I do think, and this is, this is what I feel about a lot of this. So many times, I'm gonna tell you like this: if anybody was to come against Chris Welch, right? Like if somebody was to attack Chris Welch or to be like, "Hey, yo, he is a blah blah blah," I'd be the first one on the team. Like, yo, yeah, I can't. You know, I don't bring ropes to black hangings. I don't. That's just not who I am. But I am adamant that we push the envelope. I am adamant that we don't accept the pump, the fake, what you call it?
The pump fake.
The pump fake. I was about to call it the fake pump. The pump fake. Right? Where it's like corporate board, and then let me use this as the cover to do everything else that I'm not going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to be put in the lollipop gang. I got to get off this subject, though, because I was disheartened. What do I want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the CPS launches their new program to recruit black teachers? Can we talk about that?
Absolutely. That's important, right?
All right, I think that's important. Let's talk about that when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Call in and say it with your chest. 872-259-7474. That's 872-259-7474. Give us a call and say it with your chest. 872-259-7474.
Hi, I'm Dr. Willie Wilson, and I'm running for U.S. Senate for the state of Illinois. I will never give up on inclusion and equality, prison reform, reduced property taxes, and economic opportunity for all. I want to get to know your neighborhood and the problem that you face every day. And I want to serve every man, woman, and child in the state of Illinois. A vote for me is a vote for you.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for Senate 2020.
WIFTBPM. AM 1570, WBGX Harvey, Chicago.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Call in and say it with your chest. 872-259-7474. That's 872-259-7474. Give us a call and say it with your chest. 872-259-7474.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
What's up, good people? Make sure you ascend into Muwakil's world every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with Salim Muwakil, a.k.a. the Black Forrest Gump, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBPM. I think that the black community is starting to realize the mayor may not necessarily be an ally just because she is black.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio.
Our representatives don't necessarily get a pass just because they're black. We've got a challenge in the black part of Chicago of holding black politicians accountable.
You're listening to The Maze Jackson Show.
This is Chicago, so I understand the Chicago way. I ask every day what's in it for the black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I still got Ruthie Moore in the studio, even though none of this, you know what?
Today tech has been a little wonky.
Is it Amazon Prime Day just killing me? What's going on?
I don't know.
What.
My computer too.
And you know we got to get everything straight because Dawn going to be having a conniption. She got Teddy Riley coming up. So we got to make it all work out. It'll be all good, though. We're going to figure it out. Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Miss Ruthie Moore. Ruthie, did you see CPS is launching a new program in which they are going to be recruiting homegrown teachers?
Mm-hmm. It's called Teach Chicago Tomorrow.
Now, what about Teaching Chicago Tomorrow? How important is it? How important is it? I was thinking about this. What they were suggesting to me was that CPS has 11%. Be careful. 11%. I want you to disconnect it. Just stretch it. Give it to me. 11%. You got it. I got it. All right, now tighten it up in the back. 11%. 11% of the students in CPS are white. And Lord, you done turned it off, Ruthie.
All right, we back.
No, we not.
I'm looking at just flip it.
All right, there we go. All right, we back. All right, so Ruthie, I was looking at this. I never had a black male teacher except for gym. I did have a black male gym teacher, but I never had a black male teacher. And the concept that 11% of the students of CPS are white, but they are taught, but 50% of the teachers are white. So let's see, how does that go? What's 100 minus 11? 89? Mm-hmm. So 89% of CPS is people of color. Let's say, so split that in half. What's 49? 20, 49, what's that? 27, 28, whatever it is.
Close enough.
Anyway, so let's say it's 30%. Let's say it's about 25. How does that work? Do you think white people are capable of teaching black children?
I think when you look at teaching as a profession overall, and minus the remote learning aspect of the pandemic, just before that, I think I've had maybe like 4 black male teachers in my lifetime, not including college, which you don't have too many black male professors. I do think that this is such a necessary program, but if you really think about it, it is more than necessary because of how expensive school is nowadays. You have to think like city colleges is a good training ground. And if you think about the way that there's a black male teacher shortage, we absolutely should put forth a concerted effort to make teaching more of a glamorous profession.
Okay, so I think that I think the program that I have the program actually essentially makes sure that you go to Chicago City colleges to get all of your general education, and then they send you to Illinois State University to finish it up. Yeah.
Illinois ISU was always known as like the place where educators go to be trained.
Really?
I've always known Illinois State is like a teacher's school, as they call it.
Illinois State
had a really good education program. I don't know if it's still the same, but they had a really good education program. I had a lot of black teachers that went to Illinois State University.
What happened to teaching?
To society. Remember back in the day, you used to be afraid of your teachers a little bit. Now, all the kids have the power.
See, damn millennials.
No, I mean, they do. I would have never thought that I kind of seen the day where students have more power than teachers. But I mean, I used to work in a couple of CPS schools, and it is a difficult place to work, especially because some parents really only use teaching to babysit their kids. Sadly, but in a remote world, what does the profession of teaching look like? And honestly, Maze, what I've noticed with this shift to remote is that some of our veteran teachers are not as adept at utilizing technology. And so what does that mean for the longevity of their careers? They probably about to be retiring real soon, low-key, if we keep going with this corona.
Man, and what does that mean? Will we get more black teachers, or will that be continue the exodus of black teachers?
A lot of urban school systems are filled with programs. Like in urban areas, a lot of teachers come through like teaching programs.
Right.
What do you mean by that?
I don't want to name none of them, but it's kind of like a program where you go to school and the school will take you through a teaching program. So you'll get like a teaching program. So
what do you mean? I don't understand. You don't learn how to teach like as a teacher?
So teaching in urban areas has become a training ground for certain people.
Unexperienced.
So once you work in an urban area, you can if you say I taught in CPS, I taught in Chicago, you can pretty much go anywhere and transition into almost any career in a sense. So it's kind of used as like a middle ground type of stop before you launch yourself into, corporate or like these well-funded nonprofits. It's like a form of benevolence almost.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait. So you're suggesting to me that teaching in a black environment so it's like it's like an Iraq veteran, and then you can go be a police officer?
No, dead. Yes, I was gonna say dead ASS, but yes, it's becoming a middle stoppage. And if you survive, if you put in because you have to, once you go through those programs, I think you might have to stay as a teacher for a certain amount of years, right? 3. And then after, is it 3, Sonia? Sonia said 3. And after them 3 years up, you probably about to bounce. You probably about to go into administration. You probably about to try to move into like the district level. But most of the time, they don't stay teachers.
Suburban.
Suburban.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
My kids tell me all the time, Miss Sonia, you haven't left. No.
I think that when we think of what does the profession of teaching look like now, right? You go to school for however many years, you come out with student loans, and now you got to take this lower paid, starting off this lower paid teaching job. Who's setting themselves up like that? There are a lot of different paths and avenues to working with young people, and teaching is just not as glamorous as it used to be. But I will say that I learned so much from my black women teachers. I mean, because you have to provide a certain level of mentorship when you are a black teacher. You're not just a teacher. You might have to be somebody's mama, somebody's daddy. You might have to wash somebody's clothes.
What you mean? What?
Yup. Gift cards, Ubers.
It's
They go to college, you're buying sheets.
Which is one thing that does kind of frighten me a little bit about the future of teaching. Black teachers have been so much to black students. Can white teachers provide that same level of care to our young people?
Do they want to?
Do they have to?
No, they don't have to. I mean, let's talk about that when we come back. Because will those same woke white women be the ones that are teaching our children, and what are they teaching them? Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIFTBPM.
He is joining Chicago famous because he is born and raised in the city of Chicago. He is famous. He is Chicago famous. Mr. Rick Party. Welcome to the show, sir.
What's happening for the show started?
Hey, Ricky!
So I had to figure out at that point, what am I going to do with my life? I would listen to the radio. Earl Boston was a radio personality, and I would call in all the time and ask him, hey, can you make a dedication to my girlfriend? Every day I would call him. He said, well, why are you calling me every day at 10 o'clock? You're supposed to be in school. I said, I'm sick, man. He said, be honest, man, tell me the truth. But this man taking the time to talk to me on the other end of the phone every day, making dedications to my girlfriend who's in school while I'm out, that just inspired me just as a street kid, living, from Inglewood, Inglewood and Cabrini Green,
Right.
back and forth.
Chicago famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Call in and say it with your chest. 872-259-7474. That's 872-259-7474. Give us a call and say it with your chest. 872-259-7474.
WIFTBPM. WIFTBPM.
I think that the black community is starting to realize the mayor may not necessarily be an ally just because she is black.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio.
Our representatives don't necessarily get a pass just because they're black. We've got a challenge in the black part of Chicago of holding black politicians accountable.
You're listening to The Maze Jackson Show.
This is Chicago, so I understand the Chicago way. I ask every day what's in it for the black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Miss Ruthie Moore. Todd broke out on us because I think he was getting nervous.
He went to go play golf.
He
said he'd rather play golf than talk to us.
He said he had to go.
He deserves it.
He had to knock the white ball into the cup. Todd was going out there to fight racism. This teacher thing has got me a little concerned. It's like, one of my concerns used to be what?
I'm just laughing because the teachers union, they better pad the ranks with some black people.
Oh man! So my concern with the teachers union is that when it's Stacy's turn, they gonna change it up.
That's why we need some black people in the ranks,
right? Like the massive exodus of black women or black teachers concerns me.
But Maze, I'm telling you, there is right now one thing I think people are really not paying attention to is the technological gap that's happening right now. These teachers have been teaching a certain way for 20, 30 years in their classrooms. And so now this remote digital world that tech gap is messing up a lot of more veteran
senior
teachers.
elder teachers that
that are a lot of black women.
Will this be another quicker exodus of black women out? Let's go to the phone lines. We got a caller. Caller, you're on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller.
Yo.
What is that, bro? Yo. What up, bro?
You know it, man. You know it. Top of the Tuesday. Man, listen, I want to shout out my brother Antonio Davis. He came out class 96 with me at Simeon. He's been a CPS teacher, teaching our children, giving them the game. He's very he's just a good guy. So he brings that element into the classroom, and he has some horror stories. You know, he has to wash some clothes sometimes. He always brings stuff home into the school and introduces these children at a young age to different foods, different elements, different parts of our culture that they will never touch. So I want to give shouts out to him. And if any of you all know any black male teachers, y'all make sure y'all give a shout out to them. Not just gym teachers and janitors, because that's the most popular position in a school when you go in and see a black male.
Or the
dean. Normally cleaning up the school, or the dean, or the principal, or something like that, right? But you never see as many teachers walking around and, you know what I mean, giving instruction, not just the hall monitors, the teachers, man. I want to shout out one of my oldest teachers, and his name was Mr. Stanfield. And this man was clean every day. His breath stink, but he was clean as the Board of Health. He was clean as Stroger Hospital on open day, talking about suspenders, tie, three-piece suit every day with some shoes to match. So they helped me when I got older and I had to start, you know what I mean, dressing. I was like, hey, let me put something together like Mr. Stanfield. And then everybody gave me compliments, you know. So teachers affect a lot of students in a lot of different ways. And what Ruthie said was very, very key. Our teachers now almost have to be like the grandmothers and the big mothers, even if they're not old enough to be that. They still have to bring that role into their school because those children need it. They're not getting it at home. And whatever they're not getting at home is your responsibility.
Oh,
it's a hell of a job, man.
Let me
it's
ask
a hell
a
of a
question.
job, but I come in.
Do you think,
Go ahead.
Ball, that white teachers feel that level of responsibility to our children?
I had one white teacher growing up, so no. I only had one. I had a lot of them, but I had one that took the time out on my 8th grade year, 7th grade year, and she gave us a nice party, and she caught me throwing the cookies. We had a cookie fight with her cookies, and it really taught me a lesson that, you know what I mean, everybody don't care for you. She was the only teacher that did that for us. She just happened to be white. She was real sweet and nice. But nowadays, this generation, these times, I don't think they can really get through to them. I just think it's about a paycheck. When I go to the schools now, my kids' schools, you know, they can't control these kids. They really can't, you know.
All right. Thanks, bro, Ball. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, bro. Let's go to the next caller. Caller, you're on the Maze Jackson Show. Are these white teachers equipped to handle our children? Do they care?
No. Good morning, guys. How you doing today?
All right. How about yourself?
Good. You know what? I'm calling in. I'm echoing what Ruthie just spoke about with these teachers, man. I have a couple of kids I put through CPS, and I went through CPS myself, and, you know, I came out of high school like 95 around there, and from grammar school all the way up to high school, I had nothing but black teachers and nothing but a few white teachers sprinkled in here and there, but for the most part, it was mostly black teachers. And as years went along and my kids started going to CPS, I noticed they started leaning real hard towards white teachers. And they don't care about our kids, man. Because just like you have people who don't have any vested interest in the community, they destroy it. Just like you see people who throw trash out their window as they roll by because they don't care about the community. These same white teachers in these schools do not have any vested interest in the black community. They are just there to get a check or to get the notoriety, like Ruthie was saying. But these white teachers don't care about our kids. They come in there, do their 8 hours or 9 hours, and they go home, man. So my thing is, if you're sending your kids to be fully taught by CPS, you think they're going to do the job for your kids, you are doing your child a disservice because you got to fill in a big old gap that they're leaving out with our kids teachers, man. It's ugly, man. I don't trust them at all, and I don't think they need to be in our community teaching our kids, man.
Wow. Thank you.
Serious, man. I mean, I'm so serious, man.
No, I mean, I don't. So I guess, you know, I was thinking about this, and I was wondering how many of the woke white women that we talk about are teaching our kids. Right? And what are they teaching them? I am concerned about this tech gap. Ruthie, I think you're bringing up a very good point, and I think it's going to be a way of I am concerned about the lack of, if they can pivot to not having to go to school or use the schools, these buildings become obsolete, and we saw what happened the last time the buildings became obsolete. Mm-hmm. Or if you can't demonstrate proficiency at an e-learning level, right? How do you deal with this, and how do we protect black teachers? Because, and then, so this homegrown program, let me say this is a shout out to Janice Jackson and the CPS team. For creative innovations. I do think one of the most expensive things, and getting people to go to the general education route, getting all those credits early so that you can cut off 2 years of the cost of college when you go to Illinois State. I think it's a win-win situation. So I want to compliment them on that process. It'll be interesting to see how well it works out. Right? How well does it work out? And will they be... I was thinking about this, about restocking our ranks.
Yeah.
This is a whole nother conversation that I think we need to start thinking about. Reloading in our most crucial locations. Right? So if you think about the 5 pillars that I talk about with what's in it for the black people: business, politics, grassroots, education, and spiritual. Who are the legacy? What is our legacy for education? Like, who will be replenishing the ranks of the education as we saw all of the big mama teachers leaving? Who is making a dedicated effort to recruiting and restocking and reloading teachers? White teachers are the majority in all of our institutions.
Sadly speaking, Maze, technology is replacing teachers.
And so even who's writing that technology?
Big software companies.
That don't have any black people.
Come on now.
So we got education. When you think about business, right? We have watched as business icons, or not even icons, but the business class in Chicago, black business class, is rapidly diminishing. Who is replenishing those ranks? Like, respectfully, no disrespect to anybody, but respectfully, how are we planning on like, there are only a few black people that are doing it at white people level. How do we like, who are the black buildings? Who are the black philanthropists, right? Who are the black people in corporate America? When we think about reloading, like, who's the guys that we talk to in the streets, right? Who are the people that are directing our warrior class? When you think about spiritual, right? You had the Clay Evanses of the world, right? You had these legacy black preachers who were part of our liberation, right? Who now over time they eventually became morphed into the system, but you knew that they were spiritual champions and freedom fighters. And they were black first. Most of our preachers now are political. Their path to success is politics. Can they take a political stance on an issue? Can they be seen politically while our souls are continually being lost? Who replenishes the ranks? Who? I guess my question becomes, right, when we talk about media, who replenishes the ranks? We're trying to do it right here at What's in It for the Black People by putting pro-black conscious thought. Like, when we think about our politicians, are we going to restock the ranks with people who looking for 5 or 5,000? See, right now, some real choices and decisions are coming upon us. I am not. See, Ruthie, for the black people that have reached a modicum of success in this system that we live in, it's going to be very hard to convince them that they themselves could be so much more and have so much more if only they knew. But if I keep you blinded from your power, if I keep you blinded from seeing what's really possible, and I think that, again, I swear this ComEd thing should, if nothing else, it should be an insight. Take away all of the illegality. Let's just pretend like everything they did with ComEd was legal. Negro, you wasn't even there. They made their people rich outside of government. Right? So even when you talk about the 5 jobs and the recommendations that the governor had, that it's like it's so much more to mine. When we talk about the fact that one person represents 1 third of all the large buildings downtown, and he is the Speaker of the House. It ain't I just got a problem with the Speaker. I feel like we all should. When you tell me that the tax base, one guy has got a quarter of the tax base, of the richest tax base, and he can trade it at 10 cents on the dollar and make us pay the difference. Y'all, it's all connected. And it's not that I'm crazy. It's I want better for you.
It's all connected. Even when we don't want it to be connected, because once we start connecting them dots and you complacent in it, that ain't a good feeling.
Complicit.
That ain't a good feeling. It makes you have to hold that mirror up to your face and say, am I part of the problem? And people don't want to do that because it don't feel good.
It's uncomfortable to know, like, I think we're comfortable in our misery.
Do we even know that it's misery?
No, I think we think white boy average is what black people deserve. You should be if you make white boy average, I swear to God, I'm telling you. Like what white boys do in a week, you do in a year. Let's go to the live line. I'm going to take this call and then we're going to come take a break. Go to the caller. Caller, you on the caller?
Hello?
Caller, you're on the Maze Jackson show.
Maze, this is Brickhouse. How you doing?
What's up? What's up, Brickhouse?
Listen, man, I love the way you illustrate, the situations politically. It's like reading a book without pictures. You kind of grasp it, but when you got illustrations, it's just like vivid, and that's what you do every morning, brother, and I appreciate it. I really do. But as far as the gentleman trading the 5 jobs, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, that's one of those situations where he probably didn't have people that, that he could rally for, and that's why I like, situations like yours, man, where you can rally us towards unification so that, maybe if that brother had an organization behind him where he had a lot of people to speak up for, he would have. But I guess when you're in power, you kind of isolate it. And I kind of feel that's probably the way Todd feels a lot of the time, That's my comment.
Thanks, Brother Brickhouse. I'm going to tell you, I just want more for us. And again, I think you can't come on TV telling me you did 5. You can't be the most powerful when they showed me what they're willing to do for their 500. It's just hard to hear. It's like, because when you think about it only being 5 and you got 2 out of the 5, my shot is just shot. Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
The birthday line is, easily, or the birthday bash, whatever you want to call it.
Our hit record.
That's our hit record.
That's our hit record.
That's our one. That's my girl.
That's my girl by the Temptations. Like no matter where we go, we gotta do that.
Ready to go down? Yes, we are. Come on, who's this on that birthday line?
It's Randy and Baby.
And how old are you on this day?
I'm 13.
Go ahead. It's your birthday. Go ahead.
Definitely let out twins.
Where y'all from? Where y'all from?
Ida B.
Bad boy, gotta say about
Ida B.
From WGCI. That's 3 down.
2 more projects.
Bill on the show called It's Your Birthday. Go, 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 go. Question.
Hey, she doing the question.
No more to go. With the show called It's Your Birthday.
Hey, let that play.
It took that.
I'm tired just listening to that.
Chicago Famous, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Week events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Week members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
WIFTBPN.
I think that the Black community is starting to realize the mayor may not necessarily be an ally just because she is Black.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio.
Our representatives don't necessarily get a pass just because they're Black. We've got a challenge in the Black part of Chicago of holding Black politicians accountable.
You're listening to The Maze Jackson Show.
This is Chicago, so I understand the Chicago way. I ask every day what's in it for the Black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore. Todd Stroger ran up out of here. And Ruthie, we only got 8 minutes left.
It's part of being Black. Always talking about stuff like this.
No, we just ignore it, put our heads in the sand, and keep taking it. So really what we've done is we've learned to like it. That's what it is. It's like, no, part of being black, unfortunately, in my estimation, is being complicit in your own demise.
Because when you're not, you are left to feel like you crazy. Like there's something wrong with you.
I'm just telling you. It's hard being Maze Jackson. It's like it's hard to walk into a room knowing that you want the best for everybody. Mm-hmm. That I want everybody black. You know how that what's Issa Rae got that shirt that say I'm rooting for everybody black? Mm-hmm. It's like I feel like I'm rooting for everybody black and everybody ain't rooting for everybody black. And it hurts. It
hurts.
It does
it
hurt.
Hurts.
It's painful because I really don't see a way forward for Black people. I really don't. Like, honestly, I don't. I feel like I bang at the door to, and people say, yeah, go ahead, do that. And then we march to the same beat. Mm. And I think people smile in my face, or they plot on my demise only because I want their eyes to be open. I want more for all of us. And it's like, that white boy last week still is cooking me. When he said, man, you paid $10,000 for it. I offered you $30,000. You should be happy. And then I open up the newspaper and read that some guys bought a piece of property for $2 million and sold it for $450 million. Same neighborhood. And the audacity of white folks to be able to just say it and be like, no, like, and we be charged, right? Like, I felt like they know they could buy us beer at the bar. Mm. So, Ruthie, I made this analogy. I know it's very sexist, but it used to be back in the day when I was in my player mode, I used to rank women by how far I had to go to be able to converse with them. And there was the champagne chicks.
Okay.
It was the glass of wine chicks. It was the mixed drink chicks, top shelf, Orwell. And then it was the beer chicks. And then it was the you ain't got to buy no drinks chicks. We are rapidly following into the beer to no drinks chicks. And I'm going to say that if you were the beer chick or the no drinks chick, then you got the you didn't really get very much respect. Let's put it that way. Now, if you were the champagne person, then perhaps you might get a meal, a dinner, a whole bunch of other stuff. Mm-hmm. We are somewhere between beer and no drinks right now in Illinois. Does that make sense? Is that illustrated well enough? Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Sure. I got you. It's our expectations.
Or lack thereof.
Or lack thereof expectations. It's kind of like we are so accustomed to the goose egg that we like, but I got 5.
Yep.
Okay.
That is it. I'm just here to tell you. I don't know what the heck is going on. Y'all messing around with my internets. But it's all good. I'm going to just tell you. We're going to keep on. Ruthie, I'm sorry. I want more for y'all. I really do. And somebody messing with the internet back there? Y'all doing something? The internet got ghosts today. The internet's got ghosts today, and I don't know what is exactly going on. But we're gonna keep it up. Look, this has been the Maze Jackson Show. It's been a rolling rant. Todd hurt my feelings today. I'm not gonna even lie. I was hoping one day he would be like, "You're gonna stand up and we're gonna fight."
Don't worry, I think we getting closer. Todd, we getting you closer.
Todd ain't fighting. Todd, like, I'm chilling. I'm not messing with y'all crazy people. Like, I done seen how this. See, I feel like, but you know, I honestly in my world, I feel like Todd Stroger should be one of the wealthiest people out here, and I think him not being is a complete failure of the black political establishment. Like, that was one of your own at the very top. Y'all went to everything together from Young Democrats all the way through. And it's a white kid named Kevin who is the son of somebody who makes 10 times what Todd does. And he's a white kid. Todd was at the highest point of power. And the white kid can go to black people and get votes. That's painful for me.
So it's kind of like hurt people.
Man, and
that's how the black people in Illinois be.
And that's how
I'm hurting, so I'm gonna hurt all y'all.
And we elected. We legislate our own demise. Look, y'all, this has been the Maze Jackson Show. So for Sonia Escobar, the music conductor of the Soul, playing for Todd, who went to go hit the white ball into the little cup. For Ruthie Moore, you know, Ruthie came in here. I think Todd didn't want to see Ruth. She got on her combat. She got on her lumberjack combat.
Hey, I gotta go travel
you got
through
boots on? Let me see. You got boots on?
No, I got on my Adidas. I got on my gym shoes.
If you was gonna have on boots, you was gonna be stomping somebody. Plus, it's your host Maze Jackson, who asks the question every single day: what's in it for the black people? Y'all make sure y'all tune in to Book of Dawn. Hopefully, y'all can see everything. She got Teddy Riley coming on the show, so we'll be back. Look, I am asking the question every single day: what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.